Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember where the hell we are today and where we were on Friday and how we got here today on Monday?
Well, on Friday we read Ezekiel chapter 45.
We sure as fuck did.
And in that chapter we had God was telling Ezekiel to divide up land between certain people, like the Zadokites and the Levites and the kings and all kinds of fun shit like that.
Yeah.
So that was where we were on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And before we get into what we're doing today, I do want to give a shout out because we actually have a new patron and they have just recently they've just recently joined us as a patron, and I just wanted to say thank you. So, Hope H, we wanted to say thank you so much. They said that they think that we have a great balance and they enjoy the banter. Aww. And that you remind them a lot about things that they would say.
Aw, that is always so fun to hear because you would not believe how often I hear that I am outlandish or over the top or... I don't know. I use too many F-bombs.
Stop telling them what I say about you. Oh,
never. No, it's not you. It's just people in general.
Kidding.
So it's always nice to hear from people that either enjoy me as a person or that are like me. That's even funner.
That's right.
Thank you, Hope.
Yeah, and thank you for joining as a patron. It really means a lot to us. We couldn't do this without you guys, honestly.
We're on a shoestring budget.
We really are.
Our shoestring is frayed. So Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, thank you. So that being said, we are hopping into Ezekiel. Oh, wait, what are we hopping into today? I almost messed that up. I'm taking your thunder there.
Ezekiel chapter 46.
All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie. All right, we are hopping into Ezekiel chapter 46, or as I like to refer to him affectionately, Ezekiel.
All right, let's do this.
And you know what's the easiest thing? We're almost fucking done with this guy.
That is really great because honestly, this last little bit here, the Torah of Ezekiel, is really kind of pissing me off with all the
Torah.
Basically,
you have too much Torah in your Torah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, a reminder that the final section of Ezekiel, chapters 40 through 48, which we are in the midst of, are often referred to as the Torah of Ezekiel.
Yeah, and they're holding up to their end
for good reason. Yes. So. We are going to
read the book.
Yeah. We are continuing on in this section, the ordinances of the temple.
Okay. All right. So now this like rules of the temple. Okay.
Rules of the temple. Yeah. So it's just a continuation of where we were yesterday or Friday.
Okay? I feel like Ezekiel spent too much time reading Leviticus, and he needed to get his head out of his ass. Any ass, really.
The talking ass?
Yeah. And he needed to read some other more fun shit. Like, I mean, there's so many other books that would have been so much more fun to read.
Didn't we like Escher?
And study than Leviticus. But here we are reading Ezekiel, and he's just like basically reiterating all of Leviticus in his own little version of it.
He's like, you guys, I saw like this crazy four-faced guy, and he like was on wheels with wings and eyes, and
well, I mean,
God, it was crazy. Oh, but now 2 + 2 is 4.
Right.
4 + 4 is 8. 8 + 8 is 16. 16 + 16 is 32.
No, you know what I'm seeing here is like this is the guy that has had mental issues his whole life. Seen all kinds of things, crazy. Everybody thinks he's crazy, and then all of a sudden he's like, he's telling us, all this ancient, conspiracy theory. We got to go back to our roots, or everything's going to go bad.
Right.
I can see who this guy is in today's world. Like I've met this guy.
Is he your prepper?
Maybe. Yeah, kind of.
Flat earther.
Possibly. Yeah. I was thinking more like your crazy uncle.
So he's your Bigfoot believer.
Sure.
Maybe not flat Earth, but definitely Bigfoot, and questions whether we landed on the moon or not.
Yeah, definitely.
Hasn't taken a stance, but is open to the possibility.
Yeah,
that guy.
Right.
He's not like MAGA, like conspiracy theory, but he's conspiracy theory adjacent. Right?
I don't know. I think this guy might be full on conspiracy theory.
Really?
I mean, he's seeing fucking shit, and he's got visions.
But we just got through saying that he's Bigfoot, but not flat Earth.
Right, but you said that. He's building fucking temples in his goddamn head in my version.
Okay, so
I'm like, what the fuck's this guy doing?
He is flat Earth. He definitely questions whether we landed on the moon.
Right, that's kind of where I was leaning.
Okay,
that's where I was.
Sorry, I misunderstood. You said crazy uncle, and I was like, oh, that guy. I still want to hug him. I don't want to hug this guy.
I mean, whatever.
Because
it depends on his personality.
Okay, but this guy, he's all MAGA all the time.
It seems that way.
So I don't want to hug that because it's basically hugging a Nazi. And I'm not about it.
Right.
Punch a Nazi in the wiener. You know how
I feel about rehabilitation. And,
you are really big on that because you are a good person. I, however, am a cunt. And I'm just trying to live my best life and figure out all my mental health issues one pill at a time.
Right.
And I don't have time to spare for rehab.
Got it.
For other people when I'm trying to rehab myself.
That's fair. That's
fair. Yeah. We all got to take care of us first.
Right.
You got to put your mask on first when you're on the plane.
Yeah.
Or else you'll die.
Sure. I mean, you're going to die anyway if you're on the plane and it's going down.
Well, okay, but like they say when the masks drop, you put your own oxygen mask on first before you help
for the euphoria so that you don't know you die when you die.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Don't tell me shit like this. Is that what, honestly?
It's pure oxygen.
Yeah, but I thought it was like for turbulence, like when shit is going really bad, but like you're still flying.
No, all that shit that they give you to do when the plane's going down, it's just to make you feel better. It gives you something to do and not panic.
Oh.
Yeah, you're dead.
So,
I mean, really, that's just,
So really what I ought to be doing is getting out my phone and texting everybody, I love you, I'm dying.
Yeah.
And please feed the cat.
I mean, to be fair, the mask might help you from passing out, but in the end, it doesn't really matter. So
maybe I want to pass out before
I probably do.
Crash.
I mean, I think, if I was going to, that might be a better way.
Oh, I can't. That's, plane crash. No. Okay, this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Yeah.
The gate of the inner court facing east, the one that God left by early on, and then he came back by it.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
he's all about the east.
Right.
I'm all about that east, No, west.
No, I don't know. No. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
Meghan Trainor.
No, I'm aware.
What's her name? Meghan Trainor?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm aware of what you were doing. I just didn't agree with it.
You didn't agree with it? You didn't believe in it, or you just didn't like it?
I wasn't feeling it anyway.
Oh, okay. All right. So anyway, he's all about the east. And that is going to be shut on the 6 working days, but on the Sabbath day and on the day of the new moon, because we're pagan up in this bitch, it is to be opened. You
Okay.
can't go in it, but it's open.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, you know why? So that God can go out and take a leak
Right.
and then come back in and hold it for another week.
Yeah, because he doesn't have to show up because he's going to be there because he's in the temple.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's got to go out and, do
He's got
something.
to stretch a little bit. Then,
Right. He's gotta take
and
a
then,
stroll.
And then they're like, get back in your box, God. The prince is to enter from the outside through the portico of the gateway and stand by the gatepost. And let us not forget that the prince is the king. And they Ezekiel uses those terms interchangeably.
Right.
Okay. The priests are to sacrifice his burnt offering and his fellowship offering.
Okay.
He is to bow down and worship at the threshold of the gateway and then go out. But the gate will not be shut until evening.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a correction to make.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because it was a movie that I loved. I said that the oxygen masks on the planes just give you a sense of euphoria. According to Google, that's not true, and it's just been something that's been popularized by the movie Fight Club, which is where I got it from.
Oh, my God. You were
So I could be
lying
wrong.
to me.
Could be wrong. Yeah.
You were misleading
But
me.
regardless,
So definitely put your fucking mask on, you guys.
I mean, but like there is some sense of like the tasks you're doing
It's
are just
control.
keeping you busy as you're plummeting to your death.
Okay,
So-
but maybe you're not plummeting to your death. It's just really bad turbulence. Maybe an engine went out and then bloop, 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 it kicks back on. You don't know. You don't know every plane.
All right.
You haven't tested every Boeing to make sure that all the doors are on wrong.
Honestly, they didn't either.
I know. Damn. So anyway, mask up, bitches.
Yeah.
All right. On the Sabbaths and new moons, again, because we're pagan,
Right.
the people of the land are to worship in the presence of the Lord at the entrance of that gateway.
Because when he comes back from his stroll, he's gonna be hanging out there. Okay. All right.
Yeah. The burnt offering the prince brings to the Lord on the Sabbath day is to be 6 male lambs and a ram, all without defect.
I am
only
curious.
the best for God.
I'm curious here because we built this whole fucking temple.
We built this temple.
Yeah, with all the places to sacrifice and eat shit in, right? And God lives there, and the whole
And the
thing, right?
priesties live there.
But now on the Sabbath, we're going to go out to the gate to sacrifice shit and give to the Lord.
There's
what's
an
the-
altar out there. There's an altar at that gate.
But why? What's the temple for then? I don't understand. Is that like what? Why do we have a temple if we're just going to do all this shit over at the gate?
Because making your sacrifices at the altar is different from all your other godly duties that you're doing.
But there was also an altar in the temple.
Right, but they do different. Remember, like early on
I
in
gotcha.
Leviticus, like sometimes they put the blood on this, and sometimes they put the blood on that. Like they have these cute little, like daily
Rituals?
planners. Yeah, rituals.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is my morning ritual. This is my evening ritual. This is my sacrifice at the East Gate ritual. Like they know what they're doing. They have planners.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
And they just do their thing at different altars on different days.
Okay.
It makes it special.
I bet if it's raining, they stay inside.
I bet they do. I bet you're right. The grain offering given with the ram is to be an ephah, and the grain offering with the lambs is to be as much as he pleases,
Oh, okay.
along with a hin of olive oil for each ephah. I see some measuring units I'm going to be looking up for a Q&A.
Right, yeah.
On the day of the new moon, because we're pagan,
Mm-hmm.
he is to offer a young bull, 6 lambs, and a ram, all without defect.
Okay, all right.
He is to provide as a grain offering 1 ephah with the bull, 1 ephah with the ram, and with the lambs as much as he wants to give, along with a hin of oil for each ephah.
We should really put out there like a conversion kit for like ephahs and what's the other fucking measurements we came across and hins, but there was something else.
Rods and
whatever, yeah. We should have a biblical conversion, like if you want to build something biblically.
Oh my gosh.
Here's your conversion kit. You know,
Yeah.
this equals that and that equals this. So
It's funny too because you'd have to.
I'm sure there's probably one out there somewhere, but
You'd have to like not just include miles and kilometers and acres.
Right. Because we want to be fair to the,
everybody.
The U.S. is the only idiots that still use the fucking, imperial system. So
like science and
we
math
didn't even create it.
progressed.
We just still use it because we're,
because we can't let it go.
We don't want to make math great again.
I want to make math great again.
I do too.
I want us to go to space.
We've been there, but yeah.
I want us to continue our space program.
We should be so much further along with that whole thing that it's kind of absurd how much we regressed.
Yes.
Since our space program started.
Yes.
So
we should be so far exploring, and we should have the beginnings of a moon base. I'm not saying we should have a moon base.
But it should be, we should have like some supplies up there at least.
And, experiments and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. There should be all kinds of stuff.
I agree.
We should be planning our first long-term manned missions to various places.
And we kind of are doing that. Like, we have missions planned to Mars and stuff, but it's you're right. We are very lacking in our ambition to get to various places in space.
Why do we not have that ambition? Why don't we want to go learn, see, be, do?
Because it was never about science. It was about war.
I know.
And it's still
I know.
We don't do things because they're the right and interesting thing to do. We do things because we want to kill other people, and that's been obvious since the beginning of time, as noted in the Bible.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, right.
Fucking Bible. It just makes me sad. Like, we could be so much better. Like, our healthcare, like, we could supply health for every person on this planet if we Earthlings got our shit together. It just makes no fucking sense.
We could at least do a very much better job than we currently do.
Sure.
Now, I don't want to go so far as to say everybody, but definitely a lot better.
Yeah. It's grotesque.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, when the prince, who has no problem with healthcare and isn't thinking about space, when he enters, he is to go in through the portico of the gateway. I love the word portico.
Yeah.
And he is to come out the same way. Okay. Don't get lost.
Right.
Come out the way you came in. Okay. When the people of the land come before the Lord at the appointed festivals, whoever enters by the north gate to worship is to go out the south gate. And whoever enters by the south gate is to go out the north gate. So they've got like this flow of traffic. Okay. So if you came in one, you got to go out the other or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So I'd have to see like a fire escape map. You know how like when you are in important buildings like office buildings and stuff, they always have like the fire path. Like, here is the nearest fire exit from this room. Yeah, that's what I need.
I just wonder what the purpose was for that.
Because there were so many people, they were directing traffic, literally.
Okay.
It was just to keep the flow of traffic so that...
Now, to be fair, this temple doesn't actually exist, and so these things never actually happened. This is all directing traffic in Ezekiel's head.
Well, yes and no. This specific temple did not exist, but there were other temples that had similar traffic flow.
I'm good with there being similar temples, but this is specifically...
No, you're right. You're
Ezekiel's temple. We're discussing how to manage the traffic at the temple that never existed.
Okay, but to be fair to me, you asked a question, why? And I gave you a very logical answer based on the information that we have.
I suppose.
You just want to be persnickety.
No, I'm merely pointing out that this is all in the fucker's head.
No, it is. You're right.
That's
100%. Yes, I'm with you. Okay?
Yeah.
No one is to return through the gate by which they entered, but each is to go out the opposite gate. God damn it.
Yeah.
Did I see you come in the south and now you're trying to sneak out the south?
What if you dropped something out are you allowed to go back out and get it? Or are you kind of like fucked until like the day after Sabbath?
You just yell, hey, can you pick that thing up? Bring it in. I'm not allowed out there.
Hey, George, on your way out, can you grab that? I dropped it over. Just grab it for me, man. I'll meet you out on the whatever over there.
Because this bitch is several acres, so you'd have to walk all the way around.
Well, that's depending on which measurements we're using.
Right. I'm just saying,
right.
You'd have to walk all the way around it to get to the other side to go in the correct door.
Yeah.
Like, if the traffic was heavy enough, don't you think you could get away with sneaking back in?
I think you, but we're assuming that God's keeping track of what you're doing too, right? These are directions on how to enter and exit the fucking temple that are directed by Ezekiel from God.
Okay, you're right.
Do you really want to break the way that you enter and exit the temple that were directly told to you by Ezekiel, was told by God?
Me as an atheist?
Right.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, no.
But me in the time of Ezekiel, where I'm still probably an atheist because I'm just like that.
Sure.
And I ask questions.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get killed or raped.
Right.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't.
Oh, so this reminds me of a conversation somebody was having on, I forget, it might have been Instagram. I'm not really sure. But they were like, you atheists, you're all the same. You should get up on a stage and then just pronounce that you don't believe in God up there and see what happens. And I'm like, we've been doing it on our podcast for 4 years.
Right.
And I was like, and moreover, and I linked to it, I said, we did have a live where we got up on stage for an hour and said that we didn't believe in God, and we're still fucking here, dude.
And we attended a free thought convention, and there were plenty of atheists and agnostics on stage there.
Yeah, moreover, you can find plenty of atheists and agnostics on stage all over YouTube.
Right.
They're all over the fucking place. Mm-hmm. It's not something unique.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
I hate it when I'm like, what is, yes, people, we have ideas. We say the ideas. God doesn't strike us down. Because there's no fucking God, dude.
Right.
And besides, even if there were, he seems to not really give a shit.
Right.
So, part of being an atheist is admitting that we don't know everything.
Sure.
Everything, right?
Obviously.
We have a very strong, not even sneaking, pretty sure suspicion that God is not fucking real, right?
We do not believe in higher powers.
Yeah, that is essentially our stance. Mm-hmm. But if God came down and told me directly, I am here and I am God, then I've been proven wrong. I'm wrong. You know?
I mean, we've said it before. We have zero problem being proven wrong. The right and wrong of it, like, being right is not our goal. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
Having the correct information is the goal.
Right.
And if that means that we're wrong, okay.
And why can't we just be honest? You fuckers are taking your direction from people who were herding sheep in the ancient Middle East.
Right.
Yeah, and there's no basis to believe any of this shit.
Yeah.
And that's why we read this thing the way we do, because even if we get our facts a little bit off occasionally, and we don't do it intentionally, we're genuinely trying to understand this thing, and we're genuinely trying to read it with the best, thought process we can muster up as we're going through it.
Given that we were not raised in religion and have never read any of this.
But there is no reason. There's no proof. There's no basis for taking any of this information and saying that it's true, other than the texts that we're reading. Mm-hmm. There is nothing else. Yeah. And I can't, that's why I can't take any of this real seriously. Mm-hmm. It's just ancient texts. And I wouldn't, I could take it seriously as a piece of literature that existed. Right. If we didn't still have to pretend like, if most of us didn't have to pretend like we somehow abide by these laws and rules because of social pressures to be Christian or to be whatever. Right. That's the bullshitty part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I know here's my tangent for today, so.
So anyway, the prince.
Right, the prince, yes.
The prince is to be among them, going in when they go in and going out when they go out.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. At the feasts and the appointed festivals.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about all them
unleavened bread things and all the things, the shelters and whatnot.
Exactly. Yeah. The grain offering is to be an ephah with a bull, an ephah with a ram, and with the lambs as much as he pleases, along with a hin of oil for each ephah. Okay. All right. Yep. Don't forget your hin.
I like how they say as much as he pleases, because that strikes me as, but I bet he's holding some back for himself.
Mm-hmm.
That was that bit where I was like, he's got some leeway there somewhere,
When the prince provides a free will offering to the Lord, whether a burnt offering or fellowship offerings, the gate facing east is to be opened for him. Okay.
Okay.
He shall offer his burnt offering or his fellowship offerings as he does on the Sabbath day.
So these are the ones, so the gates to be opened on these non-Sabbath days that are festivals when he's doing these specific tributes or whatever the fuck they are, the offerings, right?
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of. I guess it's another ritual. It's another practice. It's another thing.
Yep.
But, okay. All right.
It's another thing to jot down in your planner.
Yeah.
Then he shall go out, and after he has gone out, the gate will be shut.
Okay.
Just shut that gate.
Yeah.
Every day you are to provide a year-old lamb without defect.
Right.
That's a lot of fucking lambs.
Yeah.
For a burnt offering to the Lord. Morning by morning you shall provide it.
Wow.
That is a lot of fucking lambs.
Yeah.
How did they not make the lamb population like not exist?
Well, there was also a lot of fucking lambs. They were feeding the people. So I mean, the clothing, feed, like they were taking care of. There was a lot of lambs. Okay. Like, how do we have enough cows to feed all the fucking Americans who want hamburgers? There's a lot of fucking cows.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. I'm just like, one every day though. Like, where'd you keep them all? I don't know. 365, you know? That's a lot of fucking sheep.
It's really not, though, in the grand scheme of things.
It's kind of like in movies where the dude says to the woman he's wooing, I'm going to send you 1,000 roses.
Yeah.
But then when
like 24.
When the yeah.
Sorry. When the what now?
When the person, like the director,
Yeah.
is putting it together, yeah, it looks like it's only about 24.
Right.
So he has to do much more than 1,000 roses.
Sure.
To make it look like.
Right.
So it's actually more like, 10,000 roses or some shit like that.
Right.
So I just like have a really hard time picturing,
Right. Yeah.
what it actually is.
Gotcha.
I have rose syndrome. You are also to provide with it morning by morning a grain offering, which I would call coffee.
Right.
I need a
Wait,
cup
coffee.
of.
Oh.
It's not grain. I just need a cup of coffee every morning.
Right.
And they say morning by morning. I say coffee.
This seems like this is the priest or king's breakfast.
Consisting of a sixth
Yeah.
of an ephah with a third of a hin of oil to moisten the flour.
Okay.
I don't like the word moist.
No. Yeah.
The presenting of this grain offering to the Lord is a lasting ordinance.
Huh.
It's a forever law. Don't you fucking forget it. Okay?
Yeah.
So the lamb and the grain offering and the oil shall be provided morning by morning for a regular burnt offering. Wonder if they still do that.
I doubt it.
They never did it because
all these things that they've been listing off in this last bit of Ezekiel seem very grifty. Like, it's very fucking grifty.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that last week. Yeah. Very grifty. Moreover, you pointed out, doesn't like the coming of Jesus make all this shit null and void?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what?
There's no point in making this temple at this point.
To the Christians, there's no point.
Right.
To the Jewish people, they would think, no, there is still very much reason.
Right.
And to the Christians, they're like, don't impact us none, but go ahead, because we really like it when your prophecy happens so that our religion can kickstart.
Well, but the Christians do still believe that this temple has to be built because it's part of their prophecy as well.
It's just so weird.
So it's
our religion depends. I know we keep saying this. Our religion depends on your religion. So as soon as your religion does its thing, then our religion will start shooting off the fireworks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that just makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
And then, like, Islam is out there going, what do we do?
Right.
Do we fit in any? Is anybody waiting on us?
They just created something kind of entirely different. So
yeah. I had read a little bit about it. I'm really interested if we get there because they have some really interesting stories.
Yeah, I mean, I think we would be really bored in the beginning of the Quran because there's going to be a lot of, repeat because the Old Testament stuff. There's a lot of the Old Testament stuff in the Quran.
Yeah, but some of it is like different. Like it's the same people, but told from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I'm really interested.
Yeah.
So whatever. Two religions sharing one book is just so weird. And then you've got that other one that's like, we got some of the main characters, but we're like non-canon. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I just made myself laugh. Okay. This is what the sovereign Lord says.
Okay.
If the prince makes a gift from his inheritance. Oh, we're moving on to land shit now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If the prince makes a gift from his inheritance to one of his sons, it will also belong to his descendants. It is to be their property by inheritance.
Got it.
If, however, he makes a gift from his inheritance to one of his servants, the servant may keep it until the year of freedom, meaning the end of the tribulation. What's that called?
Right. No, I know what you're talking about. It was the 7-year thing or whatever. But that's interesting because we had also learned that the time that they were talking about in Ezekiel that they celebrated that
what is that
festival
thing called? Jubilation.
Jubilation, yeah.
Not tribulation.
Yeah. That time that they celebrated there might have been the very last time that was ever celebrated. So that's interesting that it's brought up in that manner.
He's like, we're going back to jubilations.
But I do have a problem with the fact that the kings are allowed to gift land in these God-given areas. Right?
I actually have some notes about this. So do you want me to get into it in our Q&A, or do you want me to get into it now?
Go ahead and get into it now.
Okay. Because there were some interesting things about it that I was like, okay, hang on.
Right.
Hold on. I've got next chapter notes clogging up my shit here.
Just while you're looking, my biggest problem with the whole kings are allowed to give their sons and then descendants all get this land is that God is dispersing this land to the kings, and then if there's a new king that's from a different group, what do they just keep divvying up this land, or what's the deal?
Hang on. Like I said, let me find what I'm looking for because I did read something about it. Okay. Inheritance given to sons and to servants in order, blah, blah, blah. No, that's not it. Okay. If he made a similar gift to one of his servants, the land returned to the king at the year of Jubilee. This ensured that the royal family retained possession of its land. Hold on before you jump in.
Sure.
And that the king was not tempted to seize other people's land to compensate for what he gave away. So, like, if he gives one of his servants or best buds or whatever some land, like, he might walk up to some, poor schmo and be like, your land is mine now because I just gave some away over there.
So this is more politics then?
Yes.
Like, to appease the king, to keep the kings in check and be like, you can give land away to whoever you want to, but they don't get to keep it past the 7 years, whatever. So.
Yeah. And, you might as well keep it in the fam. Because it's coming back to fam anyway. This is all you get.
I see that is a way to handle it. But then at the same time, if that family just decides to keep gifting it, they still might want to recoup land somewhere else because they just like, these people are cool and they get this land indefinitely. And each king, on down the line keeps giving them that land, right? And then they're like, well, but we want some more land, so we're just going to take some more. You know what I mean? I don't see how that really stops them. It just gives them control to kick them out if they want to.
Yeah. And also it gives the priests a little bit of, I don't want to say power over the king, but it's almost a checks and balance where they have something to hold against him.
Right.
Like to pull him up short and be like, well, king.
You can't take this land because technically you haven't really given this land to anybody.
Yeah.
It's just, loaned.
Yeah.
So
get
up off that other fucking land because you still have that.
Or conversely, hey, we were going to do this, but unless you give land to so-and-so up until Jubilee, we're not going to do that.
Right. But I'm sure our listeners are also aware of how sex works.
Oh,
and, when kings and other people, generally speaking, fuck, they create more kids, right?
They do.
Yeah. And then when that next generation fucks some more, they also create more kids. And it's like
exponential growth.
Right, exponential growth, right?
Yes.
So if these kings keep giving land away to their kids, eventually that land also disappears that way.
True. That is true.
I'm just saying there's no way that this all works out in a very long-term scheme.
It's not that the land disappears. It's the same land, but there's less of it to go around, so it's more crowdy.
Right.
So the land didn't disappear.
But let's say that first king, when they build this new temple, gives away 5 acres to his first son, right? Mm-hmm. Well, that's 5 acres that that family then has.
Right. But it's still in the family. So, like, it's not.
Yeah, but when you get 20 generations on, do you really give a fuck who was in that first generation? No, you don't even know who the fuck they were.
Right.
It doesn't matter anymore. You probably don't even hardly know how you got to where you are. You just happen to have this land over here that somebody in the distant past gave you.
Right.
That's all.
I don't know how it all works. I don't get it.
It doesn't work very long. That's all.
It's not.
That's all I'm saying.
It's not great.
Right.
It's not good long-term thinking.
This is short. Yeah, this is a short-term fix for not whatever. It's
a short-term fix for greed.
Yeah,
is what it really comes down to.
Right.
Land grabs.
Right.
So anyway, the king, his inheritance belongs to his sons only. It is theirs. The prince must not take any of the inheritance of the people, driving them off their property. He is to give his sons their inheritance out of his own property, so that not one of my people will be separated from their property.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm sure that didn't work out perfectly. Well, it hasn't worked out at all because it's still never. Yeah, never mind. I'm sorting this all out in my head. It reads like it's happening, like like we're reading about a history.
I know,
but it's not a history. It's still a vision. So
yeah, I know.
It's so detailed.
Annoying.
It's just like it's reading like Kings or Chronicles,
and then this is going to happen, and we're doing this.
Fucking Ezekiel's goddamn drug-riddled dream.
Right. This is really going to piss you off, or at least it pissed me off. Like, remember on Friday when it was on Saturday in the Q&A, and I had brought up who's that golden man, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, and this is the last mention of him, because according to my notes, it was.
Oh, but we're going to mention him again?
Guess what?
He's right here.
Then the man brought me through the entrance.
Oh, okay.
At the side of the gate to the sacred rooms facing north.
Okay.
And I'm like, excuse me.
That's kind of like a random reintroduction to him, because like we haven't really been discussing. I don't feel like we're in the vision right now.
Yeah.
It feels like we're just discussing something.
Like a report instead of a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see how that one could easily be bypassed as a mention of the angel or whatever the fuck it is.
But I saw that when I was in my notes and I was like, hang on a second.
Right.
Yeah. So my notes betrayed me.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sacred rooms facing north, which belonged to the priests, and the man showed me a place at the western end.
Okay.
He said to me...
He did it. Okay.
So he talking, gold guy talking.
That's a first. Okay.
Gold, brass, bronze. If you listen to our Saturday Q&A, you will know what I'm talking about here.
Right. Oh, I guess he probably was talking before, but he didn't really say it out loud, but because he was having to give, measurements and shit. So
yeah,
he probably was talking before, but.
So anyway, now he says to me, he says, this is the place where the priests are to cook the guilt offering and the sin offering and bake the grain offering to avoid bringing them into the outer court and consecrating the people. So they got to keep their materials clean, and people who are not quote unquote clean cannot defile the materials.
Right. It's code for this is the priest's meal.
Well, yeah.
That's all. Yeah. And then none of those fuckers out there get any of that.
Sure.
Okay.
He then brought me to the outer court and led me around to its four corners. That's a lot of acres you walk in.
If we're to believe.
If it was measured in rods
instead of cubits.
Cubits, yeah. Led me around the four corners, and I saw in each corner another court. Like a tennis court?
No.
No?
No, like a food court, probably.
A food court. Panda Express.
Well, I mean, they were really about food in these times, right?
Mm-hmm.
These temples were all about slaughtering animals and eating food in special sacred ways that was supposedly being done for God. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it could very easily be like some sort of a sacred food court.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
The next time we go to a food... I mean, God, it's been ages since we've been to a mall.
Yeah.
But the next time, some year, if we visit a food court, we should bring some candles. And we should, chant like monks.
Yeah.
And we should have stones.
We should have one of our first, gatherings for our podcast at a mall food court.
Oh, my God, that'd be funny. That would be hilarious. I call dibs on the Chinese food. If somebody in our group gets there before me, you have to let me cut in line.
My favorite thing at food courts is when they're passing out the free samples.
I love that.
It's so great.
I love that. And okay, I am such a trash human because I love Sbarro.
Yeah.
And nobody's supposed to love that, I guess. But I do.
Yeah.
Because I love cheese and bread and pizza.
Right.
Which is cheese and bread.
I mean, I think that if you love pizza,
cheese
and you're not
bread.
real picky, then it doesn't really fucking matter where you get it from.
I think Swarro is fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah.
And I was having a discussion with somebody today who agrees with me 100% that, it was last night, that Chuck E. Cheese has really good pizza.
They have pretty good pizza.
They do.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always weary about eating it because you're there with a bunch of kids, and I'm like, what the fuck has happened to this pizza since it got sat down?
Well, yeah.
And I have a problem with that and birthday cake for the same reasons.
Mm-hmm. No, it's true. It's true. It's so funny because
you might get booger,
No, it's true.
Yeah.
Or, COVID spit.
Right.
It's so funny because with regard to our kids, like you got over that whole ick factor.
With them.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But like it did not go away.
No.
You just got used to our kids.
Right.
And you're like, oh, they're not icky.
Yeah,
they're just
immediate
my kids.
family is immediate family.
Yeah.
But like when you get beyond that, I'm still worried about the boogers.
Yeah.
So.
No, I don't. I mean, it's funny because if it was our kids, you'd be like, well, I ate one of my kids' boogers.
You know what, though? I know my kids would not put a booger on there.
That's true.
And our kids were not ones that would reach and just put their hands in fucking food for no reason.
Yeah, they weren't grabby.
So.
Like so many kids are so grabby.
It wasn't as much of a concern.
Yeah.
But whatever. It is what it is. So.
Why are we talking about this? How did we get here?
Because it's really boring what we're talking about otherwise.
We're trying so hard to how can I have fun in my life? Not with this.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. In the four corners of the outer food court, just kidding, the outer court were enclosed courts 40 cubits long and 30 cubits wide. Or rods, who the fuck knows. But our translation says cubits.
Sure.
Each of the courts in the four corners was the same size. Around the outside, just kidding. Around the inside of each of the four courts was a ledge of stone with places for fire built all around the ledge, all around under the ledge.
Okay.
Fire.
Yeah.
He said to me, these are the kitchens where those who minister at the temples are to cook the sacrifices of the people. The end.
Oh, okay.
That was abrupt.
So they're not food courts; they're kitchen courts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is where they cook their shit.
Enough. Just like those big fires that were around the edges; those are just big barbecue pits, apparently.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, honestly, that could be kind of cool.
It could. You know what? We have this festival around here called the Pork Festival.
Yeah, in Preble County, Ohio.
Everywhere you go there's somebody with like a big long grill cooking pork chops. And actually, one of my grandparents when I was younger, he used to him and his church had a booth there every year, and they would cook pork chops. So I went there a couple of years to help out, and it was one of the greatest things ever because you're sitting there cooking pork chops, and occasionally, maybe a little more often than needed to happen, one would hit the grass.
Oh no!
And I know you can't sell that one. So obviously you got to eat it.
Yeah,
and
you got to damage it out.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. You just can't sell that to other people. But,
right.
Yeah, it was tragic. It was really tragic. Yeah.
I love the Preble County Pork Fest. My first experience with it. When I first moved here to Ohio, back in the end of 2000. So I've lived here, it feels like forever and still new.
Right.
But there was this a cappella band that traveled, Tonic Sulfa.
Yeah.
And they're still on YouTube, but they were ahead of their time. Like,
I actually always get them confused with that
pentatonics.
Pentatonics, yeah.
Tonic Sulfa is ahead of their time because they were doing it. It was so popular. Like they were doing a lot of covers. They were putting out albums.
Yeah.
And like it just seemed like they couldn't quite get the traction.
Right.
And then like pentatonics hit. And it was like, womp womp.
Yeah, there's only room for one, a
cappella band. Yeah. Like we're the exception. Yeah.
But no, they were pretty good.
They were really good. And they had like a comedy kind of thing. Like they were very talented and they were funny. They were great showmen.
And they were accessible, if I recall. They kind of like walked around the pork festival and stuff too, I think.
They were very friendly. They made fun a little bit of the Pork Fest being such a like hick country thing.
Yeah.
Because like they're used to playing in like coliseums,
Sure.
like California.
Right.
And then they come, to the Midwest Pork Fest.
And it's true. No, I mean, Preble County is definitely.
I mean, this is like the place where they've got tractor pools.
Yeah, we had those when I grew up in a town called Farmersville, and we had tractor pools out of it, and we had to catch grease pigs, like that was a thing.
Yeah, like the country is real, you guys.
The country is real. Yeah.
It's you can literally drive down a road and get caught behind a tractor, and
all the time.
And you can legitimately tell your boss, "I'm so sorry I was late. I was caught behind a tractor."
Yep,
and it tracks. They're like, of course.
Well, it tracks if you don't live, if you're not going to work in a city.
Sure. No, but I mean, like, if you are going to work in the middle of Dayton, but they know that you live out in the country and you say, I got caught behind a tractor coming in, they will believe you.
If they know anything about the country.
Yeah.
It depends on who you're talking
Obviously.
to. There are people who are strictly city around here.
No, I know.
But there are a lot of people that live in the, country. So it is what it is.
I have to say, like, this sounds so crazy. Like, there are actually gangs in Dayton. Like, not a lot, not hardcore, but like there is some gang activity here.
Okay.
But I can't take it seriously for two reasons. And like, I know, right? Like a gun's a gun and you can get shot regardless of how seriously you take it.
Yeah.
Right? Like the gun doesn't care about your fucking feelings, dumbass.
Sure.
Okay, but here's two reasons I cannot take Dayton gang seriously.
Okay.
You drive 20 minutes in any direction and you're in a fucking cornfield with signs pointing you to the corn maze and fresh produce and I cooked too much or I grew too many cucumbers free. Tomatoes, take them.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, really, gangs? Really? 20 minutes out and it's all country. Okay. That's the one thing. The other thing is that, okay, I lived in San Antonio and they got some fucking gangs out there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, like, Dayton's cute and all.
I'm not sure how we got on the subject of gangs here.
I'm just saying, like, cornfields.
Sure.
That's what we were talking about.
That's a great correlation.
Yeah. Because all I can think is, like, you drive out the city 20 minutes in any direction and you're in the cornfield.
It's true.
It is true.
Definitely is the case.
The country is real.
It is. All right, guys. I think we have about killed this episode.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm a little tired and loopy.
So that was Ezekiel chapter 46.
It sure as fuck was.
Which means that we'll be back tomorrow with
Ezekiel chapter 47.
All right. We'll see you then.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what happened yesterday and where the hell we are today?
Well, yesterday we read Ezekiel chapter 46.
We sure as fuck did.
Yeah. And in that chapter, we were reading about God and how he was creating entrance and exit plans to the temple. And we read about how there is a special room inside the temple where the priests get to put on their special eating clothes and they get to go there and eat separate from those dirty people that are outside the walls. So that was exciting.
Their special eating clothes.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
well, they didn't. You remember how they had to take them off?
No, I know.
Yeah.
It's just, it's so funny.
It is funny.
They had to put on their bibs.
Yeah. I feel like I'm imagining much more than that, but I mean, like, my mind is going crazy with that thought. So I'll just let you guys come up with your own ideas as to how that works.
And this is the shirt I wear when I'm eating, and then this is the shirt I wear when I'm done and I'm washing dishes, and then this is the shirt that you'll like. This one. This is the shirt I wear when I'm pooping.
Yeah.
A pooping shirt.
I want to see everybody's, and send a link, whatever social media you're on with us. I want to see a picture of your eating clothes.
What are your eating clothes
Send your eating
like?
clothes to us.
Send me your favorite eating clothes, guys.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah.
Unless it's a nude picture. I don't want to see that shit.
No nudes. No shame. Just, I don't want to see it. It's not for me.
Right.
That's for you and your people. That's not for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
No nudes.
But that was just about it. That was about it. There wasn't a whole lot to it. I mean, they do some worshiping on the new moon and, pagan bullshit and ritual fucking sacrifice and blah, blah, blah. Same shit that happened in Leviticus. So, except for now that we have entrance and exit plans and special eating rooms with special eating clothes.
Yes.
So that was Ezekiel chapter 46.
Yes.
Which means that today we're getting into
Ezekiel chapter 47.
All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie. All right, we are hopping into Ezekiel chapter 47.
Okay.
Or as I affectionately call him, Easy Kyle.
That's right.
Although he's anything but easy. This Kyle is difficult and crazy.
Yeah.
He is not an easy Kyle.
No.
Of all the Kyles I know, he's the least easy.
You know what? I will say he is easy to dismiss.
easily scorned.
It's just the ideas that we've come across in this book, right? And I know how this ties into the New Testament in certain ways. Like I don't know the full breadth of what that means, but I do know that it is very important. But as we're reading through this, I'm like, this is stupid, guys.
I'm like, oh, Kyle.
Yeah.
Oh, Kyle.
So whatever. It's dumb. That's all. That's all.
Somebody's in a mood.
We this is the funny thing to me. Almost every episode that we ever start, we're like, this fucking book sucks. And we still have lots of fans, and we're actually really popular as a podcast. So I'm like, we don't do a great job of selling ourselves.
I hate this book. Okay, let's read it. This book is horrible. Okay, next chapter.
Right. I think it's just like people watching a train wreck, like, let's see how they don't even know how bad it's going to get.
Or it's like when you're eating something and you're like, oh, this is disgusting. Taste it.
Right. Yes.
That's what it's like.
Exactly.
Ugh. Okay. We are in the final chapters.
Yeah.
Headed to the end. We are in the penultimate chapter, which means second to last.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And let us never forget that the final section of Ezekiel, chapters 40 through 48, are often referred to as the Torah of Easy Kyle.
I think if they hadn't come up with that name themselves, that would have been something that we would have come up with because it is very obvious that this is very much like Leviticus.
This is so Leviticile.
Yeah. I like that.
Right?
I think it should be renamed Leviticile.
It is.
That's awesome.
I just named it that.
Yeah.
Just there in my little brain hole.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into this. We are going to learn about water today.
Okay.
Special water.
We're going to learn about water. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
More mention of the man.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so pissed at the note that said he just disappears. We never hear from him again.
Yeah, they lied.
They did. I'm going to track down that note and be like, nuh-uh.
Right. Yeah.
And they're going to be like, okay.
Right.
And then?
Yeah.
Ooh, you called me out, you atheist.
Yeah. Right.
God damn it. All right, so the man, the golden man, bronze, brass,
sure, just gleaming
radiant,
white,
gleaming white metal man.
Yeah.
the what is that? What is the metal man? The metal man.
The metal man.
Like the guys from Doctor Who.
Oh, Cybermen.
Cybermen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him the Cyberman.
Okay.
Yeah. The Cyberman brought me back to the entrance to the temple, and I mean that's what Christianity is like, right? You will be assimilated. That one is that's the Borg.
Yes.
Yeah, you will be assimilated.
Yeah, you're getting your
my fandoms mixed up. What do the Cybermen say?
I don't remember exactly.
Oh God damn it!
Yeah, it's.
I know that.
They do get assimilated. That's
right,
that's for sure.
But that's not the word they use.
Right.
And the other dudes, they're like delete.
Right. Yeah. I can't remember, man.
The Daleks say delete. Okay.
I'm trying to look it up, so just see if I can figure it out here. So, because it's gonna bother me.
I know.
Yeah. You will be upgraded. Yeah.
You are ready for an upgrade.
Yeah.
They don't say resistance is futile. That's the Borg.
Yeah, this is wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like they say you will be upgraded in the new version. Maybe that was the old version.
Yeah, and they also don't say delete because that's from the Daleks.
I think this is all kinds of wrong.
Wow.
So I honestly don't remember what they say in the newer ones, but whatever. That's probably
I said Goober failed us, but I meant Google.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to call Google Goober from now on.
We'll have to get back to you guys about the Cybermen because I can't remember myself.
What do they say? They're like, come on, come be like us.
Yeah.
Come on, let's chop off your body parts and make you be metal.
Right,
the Cybermen, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they are like the Borg, but like the Borg are cold, whereas the Cybermen are like evilish.
Right.
So, honestly, I prefer the Borg because they logically make sense. I'm not saying that I think that they're awesome and that I want to be one. I'm just saying like they make logical sense.
Got it.
All right. I'm so sorry. So the Cyberman brought me back to the entrance of the temple and I saw water.
Not water.
Coming out from under the threshold of the temple toward the east, for the temple faced east.
Okay. Yeah.
And
I mean, I'm assuming this is some sort of an underground spring,
but I got to tell you what, they need to call a plumber is my thinking. If I was like walking around my house and I was like, oh shit, there goes some water.
Right.
I would be like, that is a bad day.
Sure.
Yeah.
Was it, didn't they, no, I'm thinking of something else. That was never mind. Forget I said anything.
All right. Edit.
Yeah.
Edit. You will be edited.
It was just, there was some place that they diverted water to conquer, but I think that was something to do with another city.
Oh, that was an entirely
had nothing
different,
to do with Jerusalem or the temple.
That was one of the
like
siege things that they did.
Right.
All right, so the water was coming down from the south, from under the south side of the temple, south of the altar.
Okay.
That dude that we weren't supposed to ever hear from again.
The golden dude, the Cyberman.
The Cyberman brought me out through the north gate and led me around the outside to the outer gate facing east. And the water was trickling from the south side. That water be trickling as it do.
Yeah.
As the man went eastward with a measuring line in his head, you know how Cybermans love to fucking measure shit with their rods.
They do, yeah.
He measured off 1,000 cubits, not rods, cubits.
Right.
I mean, it may be rods because of our translation.
I'm just imagining him laying on the ground, and laying his elbow down to his fingertips, and then like getting up and doing the same thing over 1,000 times.
See, I was imagining him with an anachronistic measuring tape.
Right. Okay.
This hasn't been invented yet. Shh. And it snaps back, and then like all the people around him, like all the Jewish people, are like, "Whoa,
right.
Cool." Anyway, he measured off 1,000 cubits or rods or whatever, and then led me through water that was ankle deep. Why did he step into that water?
I don't know.
I don't step into water.
I mean,
I get my shoes
I used
wet.
to like to go walk through streams.
To get your shoes wet?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Oh my God, I hate that because then your shoes never dry. They're never the same.
That's why you have tromping shoes, you know? You gotta have your tromping shoes.
Oh, see, I only ever had one pair of sneakers at a time. I didn't have like, these are my eating clothes, these are my pooping clothes, these are my tromping shoes, these are my going to the grocery store shoes.
Well, it's not like my shoes that I would go in the river were like, they had holes in them. They were my trash shoes from the last time, you know?
As we call them today, your lawn mowing shoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like they were like a pair of shoes I bought to go into the river with.
Special for tromping in rivers.
No, they're worn out pieces of shit.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't have those. Usually, like, by the time mine were done, they were so done. Because I grew out of them.
But yeah, that's so done meant that they were in the river. So
no.
That's what they meant in my childhood anyway.
No, I don't keep old broken things.
Got it. Yeah.
I don't understand that concept.
To go walking through the river, you can deal with some slightly small, slightly broken up shoes. It's fine, you know.
Okay, this is totally off topic, but speaking of tromping in rivers. Okay, so do you remember when you were a child catching tadpoles?
Yeah.
I babysit a toddler and we were watching this nature video, and these kids, like with a parent supervision, you know, they were studying this, ditch and stuff in their backyard, not a ditch, but like a pool or whatever. Anyways.
Okay.
And so the mom was helping them catch tadpoles, and I was thinking how unusual that was because that's dirty and gross. Like, I'm not trying to catch tadpoles. I'm not trying to stick my hands in stagnant water, which is where tadpoles usually are.
They're in ponds and they're in.
Well, okay, but I'm just saying.
I mean, that's normally where I would get them.
And so the toddler was like, "What are those?" And I was like, "They're baby frogs." And he was like, "No, they're not," because they don't look like baby frogs.
Right.
And I'm like, "They haven't grown their legs yet.
Yeah,
they're babies. Mm-hmm. They're babies."
Yeah.
So anyway, I was thinking back to when I was little, and we used to catch tadpoles, but I would never do that today. Like, I don't want to tromp. I don't want to get my hands dirty. So I'm not trying to step in this ankle deep water.
I mean, I would, but that's,
Right.
whatever.
But you're the outdoors person and I am the couch potato. That is our marriage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm the one that mows. I like to mow, but then I like to come back inside.
Right.
And potato on the couch.
Yeah.
Okay. The dude, Cyberman, measured off another 1,000 cubits or rods or whatever and led me through water that was knee deep. What? He measured off another 1,000 and led me through water that was up to my fucking waist.
Wow.
Okay, this water's getting too deep. He measured off another 1,000, but now it was a river that I could not cross. I saw where that was going, right?
Yeah.
Because the water had risen and was deep enough to swim in a river that no one could cross.
No one could cross.
That's what it
That's
says.
crazy.
But I'm betting if they had a boat, they could.
Probably.
Or raft.
Yeah.
Or swim.
I mean, I don't know of any rivers you can't cross.
Right.
So this either is one crazy river or... But maybe it's rapids. Maybe there's rapids
but
or something.
I was going to say, but this is calm waters.
Right.
This is a nice flowing river. So you should be able to swim it.
Shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. Or
unless there's some sort of God barrier that stops you from doing it,
Okay. Well, you can never account for God.
I mean, it is
barriers.
at the East Gate, so.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Right.
That is true. So the Cyberman asked me, "Son of man.
You mere human.
You fucking worm. Do you see this?"
The river?
Then he led me back to the bank of the river. When I arrived there, I saw a great number of trees on each side of the river. He said to me, "This water flows toward the eastern region and goes down into the Araba, or Araba.
Okay.
I don't know how to say it.
Sure.
Where it enters the Dead Sea. When it empties into the sea, the salty water there becomes fresh, as happens when it goes through
streams are freshwater, seas are not.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Swarms of living creatures will live wherever the river flows. That makes it sound like shit can't live in salt water.
Right.
And that's not how that works.
Right.
There's saltwater fish and freshwater fish.
That's true.
And so he's weird.
Yeah. Although I think the Dead Sea is kind of like a Dead Sea.
Oh, yeah.
It's there might be some things that live in it, but I think it's much less than like normal.
Yeah,
so.
because it's
really salty. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the one in Utah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. That shit is so salty.
Mm-hmm.
Like me, it cries salty tears. There will be large numbers of fish because this water flows there and makes the salt water fresh. So, where the river flows, everything will live. Whee! Fishermen will stand along the shore. From Engedi to Eglaim, there will be places for spreading nets. The fish will be of many kinds, like the fish of the Mediterranean Sea.
Okay.
But the swamps and marshes will not become fresh. They will be left for salt. Okay?
Okay.
That's the way nature works. That's what's happening. I'm explaining a nature show to you.
Okay.
Fruit trees of all kinds will grow on both banks of the river. Their leaves will not wither, nor will their fruit fail. Oh, he's describing an Eden.
I guess.
Every month they will bear fruit because the water from the sanctuary flows to them.
So this is some kind of God river, right?
It's a God river. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a God river.
I'm just so far what he's describing sounds like a fucking river. Things live in it, trees grow by it. I'm like, okay, it's a river.
There go a river.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their fruit will serve for food and their leaves for healing. Like aloe or whatever?
Trees,
aloe doesn't grow.
Aloe is not a tree.
Trees,
so, I don't know what that would be, but maybe like cocoa trees or something.
Does cocoa? Yeah. Okay.
There's some healing power to cocoa trees. There's also some energy level stuff for cocoa trees. So
I like how you call it cocoa trees.
Or whatever the fuck they are.
Cocoa fronds?
What?
Cocoa what? Oh, cocoa like not coconut, like
no.
Cocoa beans.
The chocolate trees, or the cocaine trees, whatever you want to fucking call them.
Yeah, cacao.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the
Okay.
one.
Sorry, I was thinking of like coconut trees.
No.
And I was like, what? Like, I couldn't make it work.
But even that if they were coconut trees, they would have some healing power too, because the fruits have, good juices in them and stuff.
Okay, so
whatever.
So we have an aloe in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Would you say it has healing power? Or would you just, like, I don't use the word power.
Has healing properties.
Properties.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah. That was tripping me up too, because I was like, they don't have powers. Like, they're not magical. They're just things, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So anyway, we're moving on to a different section in this chapter.
Okay.
This is what the sovereign Lord says.
Okay.
These are the boundaries of the land that you will divide among the 12 tribes of Israel as their inheritance, with 2 portions for Joseph.
Didn't we already divide these up a long time ago? Or are we redividing them up?
Yeah, this is new land.
Why wouldn't the old boundaries stand? If we're bringing all the tribes back together and the party's happening again, why don't they just get their old boundaries?
Because they have to redraw it for the people that weren't alive back then.
Or that they don't like.
Yeah, and that too.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you can't usurp somebody's shit if you don't know where their stuff starts and ends. Like, I'm trying to steal your money. Stand still.
Right. Yeah.
How much do you have? I want it. I want to steal it.
Yeah.
Like, you got to know how much you're stealing first. Okay. So anyway, Cyberman says to Ezekiel, you are to divide it equally among them because, oh wait, no, this must be God is speaking. Yeah. The sovereign Lord said this, not the Cyberman.
Got it.
Because I swore with uplifted hand to give it to your ancestors, this land will become your inheritance. This is to be the boundary of the land. Here we go. Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. On the north side, it will run from the Mediterranean Sea by the Hethlon Road past Lebo Hamath to Zadad, Beratha, and Sibraim, which lies on the border between Damascus and Hamath, as far as Hazer Hadakon, which is on the border of Haran. Are you following all this?
Nope.
Me neither.
Sounds like a bunch of crap to me.
I mean, I don't want to call it crap. It's just like geography that I can't grasp my mind around.
Right.
It doesn't apply.
Sure.
It's just a bunch of like,
yeah.
Charlie Brown.
I'm imagining
voices.
that if you're like the neighboring tribes that look and act very similarly to the Israelites, you could get a hold of this prophecy and be like, hey, let's just pretend to be one of those lost tribes.
Right?
And then you just get like some land for free, right?
Exactly.
If they just all stick to their story, right? They could get some Jewish land from this deal.
What's interesting is in the notes that I was taking for this section, the Levites received their own land in this division.
Which they didn't in the old version. Right. Which is part of why I feel like it gets more grifty as we go along with regard to the priest and stuff like that.
So, yeah, the Levites get their own land now. Yay!
Yeah.
Isn't that cute?
Right.
The boundary will extend from the sea to Hazar Anan along the northern border of Damascus with the border of Hamath to the north. This will be the northern boundary. On the east side of the boundary will run between Haran and Damascus along the Jordan between Gilead and the land of Israel to the Dead Sea and as far as Tamar. This will be the eastern boundary.
Okay.
On the south side, it will run from Tamar as far as the waters of Meribah Kadesh, then along the Wadi of Egypt, which that's the river of Egypt.
Sure.
Likely the Nile.
Right. We talked about that a while back. I remember that.
And a wadi is a flowing stream of water.
Right.
To the Mediterranean Sea. This will be the southern boundary.
Okay.
On the west side, the Mediterranean Sea will be the boundary to a point opposite Lebo Hamath. This will be the western boundary.
Okay.
So now I've done north, south, east, west.
Yeah.
You are to distribute this land among yourselves according to the tribes of Israel. You, except for plus the Levites too.
Right.
So that's cute. You are to allot it as an inheritance for yourselves and for the foreigners residing among you and who have children. You are to consider them as native-born Israelites.
Okay.
So all
this is
you
a different tack than they did before.
Yeah. All you dudes that ran out and got yourselves a foreign wife
that
you like stole from other places.
Yeah.
They as long as they have kids, as long as when you raped them, they gave birth, then they get to be native-born people.
I read it as anybody foreign living among them. It didn't seem like it was just people they married.
You are to allot it as an inheritance for yourselves and for the foreigners residing among you and who have children.
Yeah, for the foreigners living among you. It doesn't say that they
and
have to
who
be...
have children.
Sure, but it's still foreigners. Like, it's not necessarily just the people that they married. It's just like they've been gone for a certain amount of time.
Okay, you're right.
They're coming back and they're like, don't fight them, just join them.
You're right.
That's all it's...
Okay. Got it. You are to consider them as native-born Israelites. Along with you, they are to be allotted an inheritance among the tribes of Israel. In whatever tribe a foreigner resides, there you are to give them their inheritance, declares the sovereign Lord. The end.
Okay. So they're just by land grabbing, they're adopting new Israelites?
Yeah.
I don't understand how that works.
They're like, this land is ours now. We've planted our flag. But no, don't worry. You don't have to get up or anything. You just have a new king.
We just got to chop your wiener, man.
Right?
So that,
no bigs.
After that, you're good.
Yeah. And also call yourself an Israelite now.
Sure. Yeah.
That's all.
Okay.
No big.
All right. Well, that was Ezekiel chapter 47.
It sure as fuck was.
Which means that we'll be back tomorrow with...
the final chapter of Ezekiel, chapter 48.
The final Ezekiel.
No. Yeah.
All right. We'll see you guys then.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what happened yesterday and where the hell we are today?
Well, yesterday we read Ezekiel chapter 47.
Sure as fuck did.
And in that chapter, there was some water flowing through Jerusalem and like out of Jerusalem. And then it like made things alive-ish, I guess. And I think it was supposed to make it seem like
Eden.
Yeah. But he already gave the better land to the Egyptians a while back.
Right.
And according to Ezekiel,
according to God, according to Ezekiel.
Yeah, right, yeah. And moreover, I mean, the way it was being described, it just sounds like he's flooding shit and then there's things growing around it and
it's like,
whatever, so.
It's like the Fertile Crescent, but with a water park.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. So, I don't know. There was a lot of other stuff, but that was the biggest thing, I think, so.
Enemy at the gates.
And yeah.
The gates.
Enemy at the gates, right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that was Ezekiel chapter 47, which means that today we're getting into...
Ezekiel chapter 48.
All right. Oh,
what?
There's something important about today.
What is important?
Well, the fact that we're ending Ezekiel.
I was going to say that in the meat.
Oh, well, I fucked it up, didn't I?
You did. You fucking stole my stuff.
So go ahead now.
No, too late.
Okay. Well, it's the end of Ezekiel, guys.
There is no Dana, only Zool. All right, we are back jumping into the very last chapter of Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Ezekiel chapter 48.
Yes.
Or as I affectionately call him for the last time, Ezekiel.
That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about this.
We do have some specials coming up. But as far as an actual chapter.
As far as the chapters, yeah. Totally.
I'm excited. Well, I mean, I don't know if I'm excited about the chapter, but I'm definitely excited to get to the end of it.
Yeah.
So.
For sure. And like when we get to the end of this episode, you're going to ask me like, oh, and tomorrow we'll be doing blah, blah, blah. And we forgot to like look at the schedule to verify. So we'll just have to guess.
Right. Well, I mean, today, this will be going out on Wednesday. That means we have Thursday and Friday. So
that's actually perfect.
It works out pretty well. Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
What good math we are.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to read now.
That sounds like a good idea.
Okay. Once again, chapters 40 through 48 are the final chapters of Ezekiel or Ezekiel. Sorry, I meant to say Ezekiel.
Yeah.
And they are known collectively as the Torah of Ezekiel because it is.
Right.
The Torah.
Definitely fucking is.
Yeah. It's so Leviticus.
It is.
It's very Levitical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Leviticile. As somebody pointed out. Was that you?
I think I used that the other day, yeah.
Yeah, Leviticile.
Yeah.
I
thought that was clever.
That was so fucking clever. Obviously, it stayed with me.
Right.
All right. So, having said that, we are still in that magical waters and all those fucking gates.
Yeah.
That was the last section that we read yesterday.
Does this one start off with then?
No. It's a continuation.
I'm like, I've been waiting for the then, and we haven't had a then since I started waiting for it again.
I know.
It's bullshit.
I apologize. I can only do what I can do. And no, it starts out with these.
Oh, well, I mean, it's...
So normally I would go, then.
Right.
But nope. These are the tribes listed by name. Okay.
Wait, are these the 12 tribes, I'm wondering?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm about to call them out. Ready?
Yeah. And some of these haven't existed in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm,
Curious, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. At the northern frontier, Dan will have one portion.
Dan the man. I love Dan.
It will follow the Hethlon road to Lebo Hamath. Hazaranan and the northern border of Damascus next to Hamath will be part of its border from the east side to the west side.
Okay.
Asher will have one portion. It will border the territory of Dan from east to west.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And we have to do this,
We're going to do this
10 more times.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Naphtali. I forgot that name, and I fucking love that name. It's just so cool to me.
I forgot. I mean, these really have not been relevant for a long time.
Yeah.
In the Bible.
Right? We'll have one portion. It will border the territory of Asher from east to west.
One portion?
Mm-hmm.
What does a portion mean? Is this their allotment of land? Like they get one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like when somebody puts a thing of mashed potatoes, a dollop, if you will, of mashed potatoes on your plate.
So when he gives Judah like 5 portions,
size.
does that like show how much he loves Judah better than, say, Dan or something like that?
Either that or he's trying to give him diabetes. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I don't know.
I just wondered. I didn't know if this was like a favoritism thing or something.
Kill your darlings. That's
What?
a thing. You've
I don't
never
know
heard
what you're
that
talking
phrase?
about. Yeah.
Kill your darlings? You've never heard that phrase?
No.
Oh, okay. So it's a writer term,
Okay.
but it's very well known. And
In the writer world?
and generally like outside of it as well.
Okay.
And it's just one of those things. And like don't fall too in love with your own creation that you can't X a chapter if you need to or X a character.
Yeah.
So you were talking about maybe killing off. And so I was like, kill your darlings.
Got it.
Way off topic. Continuing on, Manasseh, or as I like to say, Manasseh,
Yeah.
will have one portion. It will border the territory of Naphtali from east to west. Ephraim will have one portion. It will border the territory of Manasseh from east to west. Reuben will have one portion. It will border the territory of Ephraim from east to west.
Okay.
Judah will have one portion.
So everybody gets one portion.
They could have just said, here's the tribes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and each of them gets one portion.
But they do love extraneous information in the
And
Bible.
Repetitive extraneous information at that.
It wouldn't be the Bible if it was just succinct and to the point.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't be. I'd be like, what's going on here? What happened? That's not how they write this stuff.
No.
So they've got to make it go on and on and on.
Yeah, they do. And it does. Judah will have one portion. It will border the territory of Reuben, the sandwich, from east to west. I love me a good Reuben.
I'm not a big fan of rye bread.
Let me rephrase that. I like a good Reuben, except not on rye, which many people have told me makes it not a Reuben.
Right.
But I just still like it anyway.
Yeah.
I don't like rye bread.
I've had maybe a couple of good Reubens in all of my life.
Right.
And that's what, like, there are some rye breads that are okay. I can deal with them. But it's few and far between that I like.
What is that kind of seed that's on it?
I have no idea.
It's not sesame seeds. Oh, I can't think what it is. But whatever those, it's a thing.
Okay.
Whatever those seeds are, I fucking hate them. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll look it up later and not get back to you.
Right.
But I will know the answer.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, bordering the territory of Judah from east to west will be the portion you are to present as a special gift. Okay.
Okay.
Pretty. It will be 25,000 cubits wide. Maybe rods.
This is
Who
the
knows?
temple portion that they were talking about earlier, right?
I think so.
Okay.
And its length from east to west will equal one of the tribal portions.
Okay.
The sanctuary will be in the center of it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The special portion you are to offer to the Lord will be 25,000 cubits long and 10,000 cubits wide. Now, as we spoke about in previous chapters, some interpretations use rods instead of cubits.
To measure the temple. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And they're talking about those measurements here.
Right.
in cubits, but I'm just letting it be known but it might be rods.
Right.
Which would make it larger and kind of redonkulous.
Larger, yeah.
Yeah.
Like not meshing with reality larger.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This will be the sacred portion for the priesties. It will be 25,000 cubits long on the north side, 10,000 cubits wide on the west side, 10,000 cubits wide on the east side, and 25,000 cubits long on the south side.
Okay.
Did you get all that?
Sure.
Can I test you on it?
Nope.
No, I didn't retain any of that.
No.
In the center of it will be the sanctuary of the Lord, his little room, his closet. Get in there, ya God. Ya God, ya.
Well, it keeps him from, murdering his neighbors, apparently.
I know. They got to lock him up.
It's a good place for him to be, I guess.
Mm-hmm. This will be for the consecrated priesties, the Zadokites, who were faithful in serving me and did not go astray as the Levites did.
And it just so happens
when
that
the
Ezekiel
Israelites
is one of
went
them.
astray.
And it just so happens that Ezekiel is one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they did not.
Convenient.
They did not go astray as the Levites did when the Israelites went astray. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah. It will be a special gift to them from the sacred portion of the land, a most holy portion bordering the territory of the Levites.
I do find it very,
convenient.
Yeah, convenient that Ezekiel is a Zadokite.
Yeah.
And then the Zadokites are the favored people. And it just so happens that one of those Zadokites is who God is talking to.
Right. And as opposed to Levitical stuff,
right.
Suddenly the Levites get their own special land, and they did not in the Torah.
They had land apportioned to them, sort of. It was usually outside of the confines of a city.
Right, but it was hosted by each of the tribes.
Right.
The tribes were required to make room for them on their land.
Yeah, this is more like a compound where they're assigned land.
Yeah, these guys get their own fucking land. Right. They don't have to be Bedouin-like and travel about.
Yeah.
They get to stay put.
Right.
And that is not how that was supposed to be. So
it was definitely different for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it changes the specialness of these guys being in town. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it takes away from, I had imagined that part of the reason the Levites were apportioned to different tribes in different areas as opposed to having this one area where they were all at was because they probably were priestly-like actors in those communities to, help foster that religion in those areas, right?
They were locals able to know what words to use with the locals.
Right.
Kind of like how if you go into a Walmart in one state, they might carry stuff that another Walmart doesn't carry in a different state.
Sure.
Because you cater to your local audience.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Alongside the territory of the priesties, the Levites will have an allotment of 25,000 cubits long and 10,000 cubits wide. Its total length will be 25,000 cubits, and its width will be 10,000 cubits.
Okay.
Wadi.
Yeah.
They must not sell or exchange any of it. You got it? You got to keep that shit.
Yeah.
Keep it real.
But so we're also talking about a tribe here, right? The Levites are essentially a tribe.
Yes.
So again, we were talking about this in the last chapter, I believe, and that's that people have sex, and eventually, exponentially, that population grows.
Yeah.
And if the Levites are a tribe, this is only a short-term fix to
you will outgrow the boundaries of your territory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like. There's always fears that the human population will outgrow the territory of planet Earth.
Right.
Like it gets larger and larger as you go, and
I think eventually that problem would solve itself. But
it would.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already starting to eat the rich and eat each other, and
sure.
I mean, I know I eat a couple babies every morning after I salt them. This is the best of the land and must not pass into other hands. See, right there. The Levites get the best land.
Yeah, and just to be clear, we don't eat babies.
Oh, no.
I just wanted to make sure I stated that, as a matter of fact.
As a matter of fact.
So.
Yeah, we don't eat babies.
Right.
I would like to think that's a given, but no, you're right. We should specify context, etc.
Right.
Yeah, because we are atheists, and that could come back to bite us in the ass. These people eat babies.
At least it bites a baby in the ass.
I just did a spit take. Yeah, we don't eat babies. That's grody. Yeah. Because it is holy to the Lord. That's why.
Oh, okay.
That's why the Levites get their own land now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And they didn't before. Before it wasn't holy to the Lord or whatever.
It was different, definitely. And they had places to live. Mm-hmm. It just was in whatever.
Yeah.
It was different.
It didn't belong to
It
them.
was different.
It was more tenty and less
This
city.
doesn't technically belong to them. Technically, I think it belongs to God, right?
It does.
So,
but the other lands early on belonged to God too.
yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Whatever.
Right.
The remaining area, 5,000 cubits wide and 25,000 cubits long, will be for the common use of the city, for houses, and for pasture land. The city will be in the center of it and will have these measurements. Are you excited?
No.
We are finishing this whole book off with a grand slam. It is such a nice conclusion.
Yeah,
you know?
This is definitely a New York Times bestseller.
Snoozeville.
Actually, the Bible is, I think.
It is.
Generally speaking.
It is.
But-
yeah. Right up there with Trump's the art of the deal. Yeah.
Is that really one of the... Well, probably
No.
these days it might be. But,
Yeah, these days it might be, but no.
yeah.
It's absolutely not.
But I would say that this is probably one of the least read New York Times bestsellers ever.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, most people just buy it and put it on their fucking shelf.
Right. Yeah.
The north side, we're talking about the fucking city now, okay?
Sure.
The north side, 45,000 cubits. The south side, I said 1,000. I'm so sorry. I meant 4,500.
Okay. Yeah.
The north, that's a big difference.
That's a big difference.
This
yeah.
is why I don't math.
Right.
The north side, 4,500 cubits. The south side, 4,500 cubits. The east side.
4,500?
Yep. And the west side.
Same.
We're doing a square.
We do the same, yeah.
We're doing a square.
Mm-hmm.
The pasture land for the city will be, here, we're going to make another square, okay?
Okay.
It'll be 250 cubits on the north, on the south, on the east, and on the west. I cut that sentence short. I cut out the extraneous data.
That sounds like it must be right in the center of the city, the way they're describing that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that sure, okay.
It's the pasture land for the city.
That doesn't seem like that much land for pasture. 200. So it's your elbow to your tip of your middle finger. 250 of those feels like about maybe. Well, I guess that would be about 3 to 4 football fields, maybe.
I
don't know.
can't picture any of that.
I'd have to think that further through. So that might not be correct actually, because I would say a cubit's closer. It's about 1.5 feet, and there's 100 yards in a football field.
Oh my God!
I know I'm doing math on live on the podcast. It's just
Right.
it's not good. But I mean that would be, I don't know.
I cannot hold
It's
all of
not
those things.
a ton of land. I'm just going to say that, okay?
Look, if I had a piece of paper and a pencil, I could write all this down and I could figure that shit out.
Right.
But to put in my head, I cannot retain one while I'm moving on to the next one.
Yeah.
Which is also why I cannot play chess. I have no ability to retain images.
I would say that it's slightly bigger than a football field cubed.
Oh my God, you were just inside your mind palace.
I was.
I was looking at you and I was talking to you and you were staring beyond me because you were in your mind palace blowing me off.
Doing math. In my head. Yeah.
Okay. You're kind of hot. What remains of the area bordering on the sacred portion and running the length of it, I'm having a very hard time.
Right. You should find your mind palace.
Mine done got renovated.
Is yours more like a mind shack?
Yes.
Like a mind
cardboard box.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. A mind. No, that's all I got.
Yeah. Right.
Sorry, I ran out of things. Normally, I'm pretty good on the fly, but
Sure.
not that time. I have a mind pocket. That's what I have.
You have a mind pocket?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
It has pockets.
A mind satchel.
No, pockets.
No, I like the word satchel though.
But I like when Gollum says pockets is.
Yes, I do like that.
See?
Yeah. That's good.
That's why I said
good.
it.
Yeah.
What does it have in its pockets is? Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Bordering on the sacred portion and running the length of it will be 10,000 cubits on the east side and 10,000 cubits on the west side. Its produce will supply food for the workers of the city. That's cool.
And that's in line with what they were teaching back in the Levitical stuff. So that was because they would the stuff that dropped was for the poor and all that kind of stuff. Which I liked that stuff at the time.
I still like that stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, take care of each other.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that makes complete sense.
The workers from the city who farm it will come from all the tribes of Israel. The entire portion will be a square, 25,000 cubits on each side. I didn't summarize that. They summarized that this time.
All right.
They didn't be like side 1, 25.
Right.
Side 2,
They just
25.
said all of it on each side.
They're like, it's a square. It's a fucking square, and each of them is 25,000.
Right. Get over yourself, readers. We're not going to repeat it 4 times.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
As a special gift, you will set aside the sacred portion along with the property of the city. You know.
Okay. Sure.
Because
we're apportioning the portions, and here's the portions.
Yep.
So
that's exactly what's happening.
Right.
What remains on both sides of the area farmed by the sacred portion and the property of the city will belong to the prince.
If you picked the apples and the fruits that were in the sacred portion that held that stuff, are you a sacred portion picker?
Oh.
I like that. I like that title. I think that would be a good title. What do you do for a job? I'm a sacred portion picker. Yeah. That's what I do.
How much pickering? Peter Piper picked would a woodchuck chuck? What?
I'm like looking at you. I'm like, where are you going with this? Because there's like nowhere to go. But you're gonna try. I can see it in your eyes.
I know.
And I'm like, there's nothing here.
She sells seashells down by the seashore.
Yeah. And now we moved on to tongue twisters. So
I know. Oh, okay. But my favorite one. Ready?
Your favorite. Okay.
This is my favorite one.
Yeah.
Okay. Betty Baker bought some butter, but she said this butter's bitter. If I put it in the batter, it will make the batter bitter. So she bought some better butter that was not so bitter. Thus, she made the batter better. And I missed a line.
Did you? Okay.
I did.
All right.
God damn it. But still, that was pretty good, though, right?
That was pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
It's better than I could do.
It's been a while since I've said it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be practicing it tonight.
That was pretty excellent.
Yeah.
As far as tongue twisters go, you know.
Yeah. Then she put it in the batter. Thus, she made the batter better.
Oh,
there. Okay.
Yeah.
There.
It was bothering you. I can see that.
I was in my mind pocket, sis.
We weren't going to be moving along until you pulled that one out of your ass pocket.
My mind pocket. My ass. It will extend eastward, whatever it is. I lost the thread from the 29,000 cubits of the sacred portion. We are such a mess tonight.
Yeah,
like, we're just like...
I think we're just giddy to get out of this book.
Yeah, we're like, I read it.
Yeah, no.
I checked that box.
And how do we be giddy about getting out a book quicker? We take longer to read it. That's generally how it goes with us, I think.
You know what?
Because we're just like, fuck this shit. We're not going to actually read it. We're just going to make fun of this shit.
Yeah. And that's what we're doing.
Because there's literally nothing in this that is in any way relevant to God.
No.
Or like the arguments for or against God. This is just some bullshitty measurements.
This is not about the afterlife. This is not about morals for being a good person and living a decent, virtued life.
There's literally nothing much here to comment on.
No.
So.
But don't you mind.
But you and I, we have to have fun with it, or we just,
we will pull it out every time.
We got to. We do this every fucking night.
I know. As I always say when we're in the middle of the boring.
Yeah.
The point of this is to be able to say that we have read every word.
For us.
For us.
Not necessarily all of our listeners.
Oh, yeah, no. You do whatever your purpose is. I'm not dictating to you what your purpose is. No. I'm saying for me and husband, our purpose in this is to be able to say we have read the entire Bible. Therefore, we have to even read the boringest bits. But we don't have to be bored while we're doing it.
Right.
So,
speaking of which, I should say this real quick, too.
Oh, yes?
We are doing a live Discord tonight.
Oh, we are?
So we're live on Discord. And not actually, I think probably the majority of people that are listening tonight aren't completely caught up to where we are.
Right. That's true.
And so don't feel like you have to be caught up to join us on the lives, because
we've never said that, I think.
Maybe we might have, but it's been a while if we did.
Yeah,
so, but yeah, just join us because it's fun. We have a blast, and you don't have to listen to it straight through. You could
just hop in for the night just to hang.
And then if you need to, just for completionist purposes, you can go back and re-listen to that episode later.
I mean, if you really want to.
Yeah. Besides, by the time we get done talking about all the other crap that we talk about on the sidebars, like before and after and in the middle of the podcast, you're going to forget what we were talking about in the podcast anyway.
That is a fact. I don't care how big your mind palace is.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
all right.
pocket.
Yeah. It's pockets.
Yeah, pockets.
My precious was in that pockets.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure you knew.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It will extend eastward from the 25,000 cubits of the sacred portion to the eastern border and westward from the 25,000 cubits to the western border. Both these areas running the length of the tribal portions will belong to the prince, and the sacred portion with a temple sanctuary will be in the center of them. You called that.
Yeah.
So the property of the Levites and the property of the city will lie in the center of the area that belongs to the prince, which, as we've stated before, Ezekiel likes to use the words prince and king interchangeably. I think it's more just like a title, like he's like blah, 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 royalty leader guy.
Yeah.
Is my impression. The area belonging to the prince, king, leader guy, will lie between the border of Judah and the border of Benjamin. Pop quiz, do you remember where those are? Absolutely fucking not.
I thought they were in like the south of Israel.
Sure they were.
If I'm recalling correctly, I thought they were the southern kingdoms.
I literally was not remembering as I was reading it.
Because it was, no, actually that is true. That is right, because they often refer to the lost tribes as the northern kingdoms.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
I remember that specifically.
No, you are right about
I'm
that.
almost certain they were in the south. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Anyway, as for the rest of the tribes, Benjamin will have one portion. It will extend from the east side to the west side. Simon will have one portion.
We didn't finish with the portions?
No, we didn't say all
like
12.
split them up in the middle, and now we're going back to portions.
We were like tribe. Oh, but now prince.
Here's the city and the prince and the temple and the.
I wonder if they were like doing this geographically, like either doing a full circle or going like top to bottom.
That doesn't make sense either, though.
Why?
Because why would you stop in the middle of listing off the tribes to then list off the temple that's between Judah and Benjamin?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Maybe they were going from south to north, and they were like these guys, these guys, these guys.
Okay.
And then the middle, and then now we're in the north.
I suppose that could be.
I mean, that's the way I would imagine it. But no, that's a good question.
You could be right, though.
So Simon will have a portion, just so you know.
One.
It
like
will.
everybody.
Yep. It will border the territory of Benjamin from east to west.
Okay.
I would have to see these on a fucking map.
Yeah.
Issachar will have one portion. I forgot that was even one of the tribes. Issachar. It will border the territory of Simon from east to west. Everything's east to west.
It is.
East was like because of the sun, and people worshipped the sun, and they called him Ra, and that's very exciting.
That's Egypt.
Yeah,
generally.
which a lot of the Jews were in Egypt, and in Babylon, they were accused of worshiping the sun.
Right, but it's not specifically just Ra. That was like sun worship is not just centered on Ra. There are other gods and other ideas that these things permeated. But he was that came from.
But he was the big sun daddy
in Egypt, yeah,
and in Babylon.
Oh, okay, well, he was the god in Babylon.
He was one of the big sun gods in Babylon, and I'm saying that because it specifically said that those idolaters were facing the sun and worshiping the sun at the temple, and that's what pissed God off. He was like, "How dare you, motherfuckers! I will tear you one." Okay. You're looking at me like I'm crazy.
Well, I don't know why you think that Ra. I'm looking it up because I don't think that that's. I don't know that that's for sure real or true.
Well, I'm going to continue reading while you tippy tappy type.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zebulon. Oh, I love that name. Will have one portion. It will border the territory of Issachar from east to west. Gad will have one portion. It will border the territory of Zebulon from east to west. Yes?
Yes, so they didn't worship Ra at all.
Oh.
It was Marduk was their god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Okay, you don't have to look like you crazy lunatic.
No,
I was confidently mistaken.
You were, and now everybody has a bingo board picks if they're following along.
Yeah. So. Another reason to head over to our Discord every Tuesday at 10 p.m.
You can play bingo, Sacrilegious Discourse bingo.
Yeah, and I am always giving up squares left and right because I suck so much. All right, so Gad will have a portion. It will border the territory of Zebulun from east to west. The southern boundary of Gad will run south from Tamar to the waters of Meribah Kadesh.
Okay.
Then along the Wadi of Egypt to the Mediterranean Sea. Yeah, Wadi is a running water, which is generally the river. And when they say Wadi of Egypt, it's generally believed that that was referring to the Nile.
Really? Okay. Wait, the Wadi of Egypt, we're in Israel, aren't we?
No.
I'm pretty sure we're in Egypt.
But it's bordering the Wadi. It says then along the Wadi of Egypt to the Mediterranean Sea is the border.
Oh, okay. I don't think that is...
Isn't that the Nile?
Right either.
Oh my God.
No, I think it would be the Jordan River is what you're thinking of. So
I thought it was the Nile.
Again, I might be wrong, but the Nile is definitely in Egypt. It has nothing to do with
but borders
Israel.
might have been different then.
No.
Nope. But I really thought the Wadi of Egypt was the Nile.
I don't think that's correct.
Wadi is spelled W-A-D-I. Just look it up. Was the Wadi of Egypt the Nile?
Why would it be why are we looking up the Wadi of Egypt when they live in Israel?
Because it literally says the southern boundary of Gad will run south from Tamar to the waters of Meribah Kadesh, then along the Wadi of Egypt to the Mediterranean Sea.
Oh, okay. No, then you might be right. I apologize.
Okay.
I was confidently wrong, apparently. Okay.
And would we call that bickering just then?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking right now to see if that's what. No, the Wadi of. No, it's not the Nile.
It's not the Nile?
No.
What is the Wadi of Egypt then?
I don't know.
I really thought it was the fucking Nile.
Yeah. I wondered because like the Nile runs kind of like. It's in Egypt. It's not like it's
not near the Mediterranean.
It's not near Israel.
No, you're
really.
right.
So like that's why I was confused. I'm like, that can't be right. So I think we did some research on this back when we were looking into Wadi.
Yeah.
And Wadi is not really. It's more of a generic term.
Yeah, it's just another word for running water.
So I think that might be where we're gonna leave that one.
Okay.
We don't know specifically what they're maybe referring to, I guess.
All right.
And if
fucking Wadis.
And if we do find out anything more, we can always cover that in the Q&A or the wrap up or whatever we're doing. So
Wadis, you can never tell them apart.
Yeah, they're Wadis.
They all look the same.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the land where you are to allot. Oh, let me try that again. This is the land you are to allot as an inheritance to the tribes of Israel. And these will be their portions, declares the sovereign Lord. Oh, all of a sudden we get a quote from the sovereign Lord.
Yeah.
I forgot he was talking this whole time.
Yeah, it's easy to do, yeah.
These will be the exits of the city. We get exits even.
Okay.
More of that population flow of traffic thing,
Yeah.
These will be the exits of the city, beginning on the north side, which is 4,500 cubits long. The gates of the city will be named after the tribes of Israel.
Oh, okay.
So they have 12 gates.
12, okay, I gotcha.
The 3 gates on the north side will be the gate of Reuben, the gate of Judah, and the gate of Levi. On the east side, which is 4,500 cubits long, will be 3 gates. The gate of Joseph, the gate of Benjamin, and the gate of Dan. On the south side, which measures 4,500, because remember it's a square, 4,500 cubits,
right,
will be 3 gates, as you do, because you divide 12 by 4 and you get 3, or 12 by 3 and you get 4.
Yes. Yes.
The gate of Simon, the gate of Issachar, and the gate of Zebulon.
Yeah.
On the west side, which is 4,500 cubits long, will be 3 gates: the gate of Gad, the gate of Asher, and the gate of Naphtali. The distance all around, that would be circumference, yes? Distance all around?
Yeah.
That's circumference.
Isn't circumference circles, though?
Is it?
I think it's circles. I could be wrong.
Oh, I thought it was like, oh my God. Why am I drawing blanks on everything tonight? Is a circumference only applied to a circle?
I believe that's correct.
So what do you call it?
Yes, it is it's circles.
Okay, so what do you call it when you're talking?
Perimeter?
Perimeter.
Yeah.
That's the one. Okay. Yep. Okay. I wasn't confidently wrong on that. I was just confused.
Yes.
All right. This has been your math lesson.
You're really testing me tonight.
I'm
having to stay on the ball here.
I appreciate your mad typey skills.
Well, I mean, I knew perimeter without having to type, and I knew circumference without having to. I thought that was circle. So pretty sure I know these. It's just I gotta make sure because you sound very confident when you say it. So
I wasn't confident because I was like, no, circumference. You're right. That does sound like circle, but like, what is the word for it then?
Yeah.
What is that border word?
Right.
Like, what do you have squares? A square is a line that's all twisted up.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, 180 degrees.
Okay.
On the west side, which is 4,500 cubits long, will be 3 gates. This is the last one.
Yeah.
The gate of Gad, the gate of Asher, and the gate of Naphtali. All right, I'm about to bring it home here.
Are you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready? The distance all around will be 18,000 cubits, and the name of the city from that time on will be, drum roll please, bum, bum, bum.
Yeah.
The Lord is there.
Wait.
The end.
The name of the city from there on will be The Lord is There?
There you go.
Okay.
There go your Lord.
Is that...
The end.
All right.
We talked about this
what,
fucking city for 8 goddamn chapters, and they wait till the very last sentence of the book to give us the name of this goddamn city that doesn't even... Okay. I'm sorry.
So they built this city.
They built this city. Yes, they did.
But they didn't build the city because
Right.
this is just a
vision.
fever dream from fucking
Right.
Ezekiel, right?
Yeah.
And
In canon, it's a vision. In real life, yeah, it's bullshittery nonsense.
right. And they're going to be doing animal sacrifices there,
Uh-huh.
which if you're a Christian kind of negates the need to build this temple, right?
Yeah, because Jesus was the sacrifice, so
right.
we no longer
we
have
no
to.
longer do sacrifices, so like
Right.
that whole thing kind of negates that need, kind of, and but we're even according to the Lord going to name it after the Lord or whatever the Lord is there.
There you go.
Yeah, in all capitals even. Wow. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay.
Yep.
There is all capitals.
No, I'm sorry. Lord is not.
Right, but
Lord is capitalized, but it's not all caps. But the Lord is there.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's how that reads.
Right. Interesting. I don't know what to say about this because it's obviously not ever happened.
Right.
This has not occurred.
Right.
And there's things that indicate that we probably will never have this happen because of the changes in rituals since this has been talked about.
Right.
And yet
Changes for Christians,
Changes in Christians.
not for Jews.
now, to be fair, the Jewish people don't sacrifice animals anymore either, except for some very
Right.
what
is that word where they're like hardcore old fashioned?
I
want to say it
I don't
starts
want to
with
say the wrong thing, so I don't know exactly, but
I want to say it starts with an O.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I probably don't.
Yeah.
Go on. Yes, I'm listening.
We're just going to skip what they're called because I can't remember it off the top of my head, and I don't want to speak ignorantly about it.
Hardcore, dedicated, old-fashioned Jewish people.
Yes.
Might still do sacrifices.
They try. I think there was a legal battle over it.
We were talking about that. Sorry.
Yes.
Go on. Sorry, I'm excited when I know a thing.
Yes. So we read an article where there was a legal battle over a tribe. There was a group of people in Israel that were trying to reignite the idea of doing ritualistic sacrifice in the temple.
Yeah.
And it's not going so well for them.
Because a lot of people were like, no,
we're not going to slaughter animals in the fucking temple.
They were like, bro.
Even the Jewish people have been like, no, we don't need to do that shit.
Yeah, God's aight.
We're good, man.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They've moved on beyond that.
That's true. That is true.
And I just don't feel like this whole temple thing works very well for a modern society in which we're in right now.
Right.
And moreover, if you are Christian, it's completely irrelevant, pretty much.
Yeah. Because, again, Jesus is the sacrifice.
But,
although, spoilers, we're not there yet.
Yeah, we're not there yet. But also, again, if we're going to think in the terms of Christianity, Ezekiel is a very important prophet for Christians.
Right.
So you would think it would be important, these bits that we're talking about at the end as well. But this is the part you never hear about when you're talking to Christians and about Ezekiel.
Right.
This is not part of the conversation because this is so Old Testament, it's not even funny.
Exactly.
And if we're talking about Old Testament stuff, which is what you and I suspect when we're reading Ezekiel, because that makes more sense in the whole Jewish context,
right?
Then a lot of these stories that Christians like to apply to this book make absolutely zero sense.
Right.
And you can make them fit if you want to, but you have to make them fit. And that's the problem that you run into with this book.
What I just realized is a lot of fun is when a Christian goes both ways, right? Always. But they will be like, we fucking love Noah's Ark, and there's an ark in Kentucky we're going to go visit, and we fucking love the story of Adam and Eve, and like they go through all the stories. But then like if you ask, so you really like that Old Testament, do you you cut your hair, I see, and you're wearing mixed threads. What's up with that? And then they're all of a sudden, they cannot dissociate themselves. And that's Old Testament.
Right.
That's pre-Jesus.
Until you start talking about gay people.
Right. And then they love it again.
Right.
And I'm like, holy shit, do we love the Old Testament? Or is it like, ugh, that's so not where Jesus was?
This is why it's a running joke that Christians cherry pick the Bible.
Right.
Because they can't get their messaging clear.
But I just never, having read the Bible until like these last 4 years, it never occurred to me that they will embrace the Old Testament one moment when it's convenient and then completely distance themselves from it when it goes anything against Jesus or whatever.
Sure.
And that's just, I think because we've been reading this and understanding that these are two separate religions, I just never applied the book that way.
Right. And I think that I have a lot more respect for, look, there are some Christians that are allies, right? Mm-hmm. That they are okay with the LGBTQIA community. Mm-hmm. They support women's rights. There are Christians that support these ideas and the right for people to have their own ideas outside of their religion.
Totally.
Right? Their religion is their religion. And generally, their religion is something personal to them. And it's also, they do take the whole Jesus story as their main focus, right? Mm-hmm. They're like, no, all of the stuff in the Old Testament is pretty much erased by the New Testament, more or less. Like, this is the history, but this is what we take as our religion,
our
from
gospel.
Here. And that's what that to me is what indicates someone who is more of a liberal Christian than a conservative Christian, because they rely much more heavily on the New Testament than on the Old Testament.
And the point of Jesus.
Yeah.
Which is love, kindness, forgiveness, turn the other cheek, that kind of stuff. Help the needy. Toss them fucking money tables, like all the stories that you kind of know.
I think that once we get to the New Testament, you're going to find out that maybe you're being a little generous to the whole story. Like, with regard, like that's the story that I understand generically, right?
No, yeah, that I'm right there with you. But I also know that although we're not there yet, so I could be confidently wrong.
We definitely could.
I believe that he was also a fucking sarcastic little punk ass, and that he sometimes would just turn around and be like, "Oh, really?" and like tell his own followers, "You're a fucking idiot," in not so many words.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I know he like told his mom off one time, and I'm like,
really?
She's a fucking saint, bro.
Yeah.
Like, not per me, per many of your followers.
Yeah.
She has been canonized as a saint, and you are trash talking her.
Yeah. Like,
get your shit straight.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just, I can appreciate that as long as people keep it to themselves. I'm okay with some of that. Like, not like I'm okay as long as I don't have to deal with it in my life coming to my door and in my laws, our laws. I shouldn't say the laws. Then I'm mostly okay with people, worshiping however they feel.
I always say you do you. I don't give a shit.
And I say mostly because there's some cults out there, and
there are some fucking
weird
cults.
shit going on.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got off on a tangent there, as always.
As always.
But that was Ezekiel chapter 48.
And the end of Easy Kyle sure as fuck was.
It sure was. That's it. That's it for Easy Cow.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
I said Easy Cow.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. Thank you for that, by the way.
You're welcome.
Yeah. You guys, we have finished another book of the Bible.
Yeah. You should right now stand up, and especially if you're in a public place, give yourself a round of applause, please.
Yeah.
And just chant Sacrilegious Discourse right there in the library or wherever you are currently listening to this, because that would be just fucking amazing.
But also, if you have been keeping up and, trying to follow along with us, even if you didn't start it when we started, but you binged to catch up or whatever.
Yeah.
If you have been with us the whole way, and you have actually finished this book, like, honestly, congrats on you. Not because, like, we're awesome or whatever, but, like, you have read a large portion of the Bible.
You have.
That's fucking awesome, y'all. You did good.
Yeah.
You did good.
Yeah, this is great.
We did good. You did good.
So that being said, we're gonna be back. Obviously this is midway through the week.
Yeah.
You're going to be getting this episode on Wednesday, which means we still have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday to finish out this week.
So we did not plan this out ahead of time.
No, but it's...
But going the way we normally do it, so Thursday will be the Q&A for these 3 chapters, but also the summary...
wrap up.
Yeah, the wrap up. That's the word I was looking for.
Right.
So it'll be a little bit lengthy because I won't separate those into 2 separate episodes.
Right, sure.
So I'll have a, like, part 1 and part 2, like, maybe we'll even take a break before. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how we'll split up the episode, but they will be in the same episode, and that'll be Thursday.
Okay.
And then Friday will be the You're Always Wrong Contradictions
But I'm
pop
also
quiz.
I'm always right, though, too.
No, that's not the name of the game.
I'm saying.
No.
I'm just saying.
No.
Okay.
And then on Saturday,
Yeah.
what are we going to do on Saturday?
Well, so, I mean, we are woefully behind. I used that word twice tonight.
You did.
That's too much. That's too much to use woeful.
Tragically behind.
Yeah. So we don't have a book club out for a while.
Oh, yeah. What if I do that?
We should do a book club.
We should do a book club on Saturday and then a Patreon on Sunday.
We're going to do both?
I mean, that's pretty...
ambitious?
Ambitious. That's the word I was looking for.
So let's just say the best us. Mm-hmm. We'll get that done. But knowing us on the weekends, we probably won't.
But
so
we will do at least a book club.
We're going to shoot for the moon and hopefully hit the atmosphere.
I was going to say, like, the top of the Empire State Building.
Right, yeah. At least the top of our roof here.
Yeah.
That we can try to get that.
Don't forget, minimal effort.
Yeah.
You know?
Just keep plugging away.
Just show up. Like, what I was going to say about that is, like, I was doing this thing where I was walking every day, and I need to get back on that. But I was walking every day, and, like, I had it in my head for the longest time that I had to at least go this distance, right? Mm-hmm. And then I was like, that's making me not want to go. Like, I already know ahead of time, I don't want to walk that far. Fuck that. Mm-hmm. And so then I wouldn't even go. So I, on purpose, instituted the just check the box minimal effort. And what that means is if I put my shoes on my feet and I go out front and I walk to the end corner, which is only like 3 houses down or whatever,
right.
That gets to count.
Sure.
Because that makes it super easy.
Right.
And then I would usually walk farther, but even if I didn't because it was raining or whatever, then I still got credit for it in my head, like credit to the universe. Who's granting me these fucking points? I don't know.
Just doing the thing every day.
Yeah, just showing up. Minimal effort, show up. Check the box, you know? And that's what we're doing with the fucking Bible.
There you go.
See? I brought it back around.
Sure. All right. Well, that was Ezekiel chapter 48.
Sure as fuck was.
The end.
The end, bitch.
And again, we'll be back the coming days with the special episodes and all the things. So we will see you guys then.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you know what the hell we're doing?
Well, it's actually a Saturday. So it's sort of, yeah. But yeah, it's Saturday. Mm-hmm. So I guess that means we're doing our
Q&A Saturday, and it's on a Saturday.
We are running a little behind this week, though.
I know.
We did mean to make this not on a Saturday.
Isn't that funny how that worked out?
So we apologize for that. I've had some crazy changing jobs. You know, it's just everything's kind of been up in the air, and we're trying to get back on a regular schedule. So bear with us, guys. And we will be back to our regular, normal selves soon.
As we start a new book.
Yeah, as we start a new book. Yeah, It'll be fun. It'll be fun. So what are we Qing and Aing today?
We are covering the last couple chapters of, what's his name? Ezekiel.
Yeah, that's the one.
And that would be chapters 46, 47, and 48.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and do this.
Okie dokie. All right, so we're doing the Q&A first.
Okay.
For, again, chapters 46, 47, and 48. Okay. Except that 46 we didn't have any questions for because it was straight up instructions, the end.
Right.
Measurements.
Right. Yeah.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
Okay. And we were like, boring. So in chapter 47, verse 1 says, "The man brought me back to the entrance to the temple, and I saw water coming out from under the threshold of the temple toward the east, for the temple faced east. The water was coming from under the south side of the temple, south of the altar."
Okay.
So I just had some notes about that, less of a Q&A and more of just like an explanation of shit.
Yeah, just to be clear, this is the bronze, golden, shining white, gleaming dude.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Just want to make sure
that man.
I had the right guy.
Yeah. The man.
Yeah.
You know, who depends on what interpretation
Right.
you are reading as to what color he is.
Because this is obviously the word of God and can't be fallible in any way whatsoever.
And can't be clear either. Yeah. So reaching the gate of the temple, Ezekiel saw waters spring under the threshold of that gate looking east, right?
Mm-hmm.
The waters ran west to east, falling into the brook Kidron and on from there to the Dead Sea. Okay. No such waters were ever in the temple. So Solomon had the sea made, which held water for the use of the entire temple. Okay.
Yeah.
Water supplied the sea via pipes, but a fountain producing abundance of water wasn't and couldn't be on top of such a hill. So
Right.
consequently, these waters are to be understood as being spiritual or symbolic rather than as something that has ever happened or likely could ever happen.
Okay. I can believe that to an extent, but they also at some point back in Moses' time told us that water sprang forth from a rock. So I mean,
Right.
maybe they just don't have a good grasp on how water works.
Right. I mean,
Just
that
saying.
could be because like we used to think that we had moods were like humors and they impacted what sicknesses we had.
Right.
And they used to like bleed us with leeches and
Sure.
like, you know, our scientific understanding of the body or anatomy or biology or chemistry was not all that great.
Right.
So,
But I am going to lend it a little bit of leeway here because I remember when we were talking about that, they talked about the waters flowing out and like creating this whole new Garden of Eden type thing. So that could lend to spiritual things as
Sure.
opposed to physical water.
So here's the problem, though. Again, this is supposed to be understood to be spiritual or symbolic.
Yeah.
Yet later, God gave specific borders to mark the land and like real numbers.
Yeah.
You know, and there will be real land that will be given to the real 12 tribes of Israel, suggesting that this was not, in fact, symbolic or spiritual land, but real land.
Okay.
So, you know, it just kind of like argues with itself, right?
And that could be argued as well because really the 12 tribes are a bit symbolic themselves because many of the tribes are lost by this point in time.
Yes.
So they don't even exist. And this is another one of these fever dreams that Ezekiel's having about something. So there's only so much. I don't know how much stock we can put in any of this, honestly.
I'm gonna put 0.
Right.
As for myself,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you can do a different percentage, but I'm going with 0.
Right.
So if the borders described by God were put upon a modern map, it would likely include all of Lebanon and a good portion of Syria, including Damascus. It would not include modern Jordan or Egypt and would not extend southward to modern Eilat.
Don't know. Yeah.
Only once in Israel's history did the political borders of Israel extend as far north as Lebo Hamath. And that was under David and under Jeroboam II in 2 Kings.
Okay. All right. So what I'm hearing is that God was getting a little land grabby.
Could be. Or that the person that wrote this thought he had an understanding of the politics and geography at the time and where it was likely to head, but actually, in fact, didn't.
Sure.
So
yeah.
that would be my guess.
That could make some sense.
Generally speaking, it is an area somewhat larger than the land Israel occupied in the Old Testament, which you and I kind of figured when we were like
Going
sussing
through
this out.
Well, yeah, because we started talking about it does butt up against Egypt right now, but it seemed bigger the way that was being described.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And in fact it is, because moving on into Ezekiel 48.
Yeah.
The land was apportioned from north to south in bands or layers. Like, we were really confused about how all these pieces fit together and why so-and-so got land here and there, and like it didn't make any fucking sense. Right. When I say bands or layers, I'm talking about, like, if you imagine a 7-layer dip, right?
Yeah.
You've got the beans on the bottom, then you've got the hamburger on top of that, and then you've got like whatever else you put in there, sour cream, whatever.
Don't you think you should ask Dan how he feels to be referred to as beans?
Well, he's actually at the top.
Oh.
He's the cheese.
Oh, he's the cheese.
Yeah. So, but we were thinking of just like different like circles and trying to picture how all this works.
Yeah.
In fact, it reads more, if you look up different maps.
Yeah.
It reads more as if there's a list.
Right.
Because remember we were like, why did they stop talking about these and all of a sudden just interrupt themselves to talk about the holy district?
Temple, right, yeah.
Because it falls in the middle of the list.
Oh.
So we've got like all of the northern things in a list, like banded across the land.
And then in the middle
of that,
the temple area.
Yes.
Got it.
And then it continues on under that with the rest of the list. And it's like if you took that list and then just sat it down on top of a map.
Got it.
So they are literally bands or layers of the dip.
Okay. Right, yeah.
So one notable difference is that there is no land occupied on the east side of the Jordan River, where the 3 Transjordan tribes, Reuben, Gad, and half of Manasseh, formerly had land.
So that's not part of this listing.
That's not part of this new area.
I wondered about that at the time because I remember in the times of Moses, I remember them being listed together because they stopped early and then they went on. So that's interesting.
Yeah. So they are put back together. They're all squished up, one on top of the other from north to south.
But this is a whole new configuration, somewhat.
Yes.
Compared to what God promised, quote unquote, promised them before. Mm-hmm. So that's interesting to me because God, I thought that what they had the first time was supposed to be the promised land.
Right.
And then it turns out that the promised land was a little bit more than what they described, but also a little bit less in some areas.
Yes.
The land markers didn't quite work out exactly the same way.
Yeah. It's very interesting. It's like Ezekiel was like, yeah, that didn't work. So what we're going to do is, and then he picked up all the pieces, shuffled them together, and then relayed them out.
Yeah.
And was like, here. But instead of like just laying them out haphazard all over the map, he just laid them one on top of the other from north to south.
Right.
And the way he laid them out is very important because we didn't understand that Judah and Benjamin, they are the ones that were thought to be the most loyal through it all to God's word.
Right.
Those are on the north, Judah, and on the south, Benjamin. Right between those two, that's where the middle section is of the city and the priestly.
Definitely the most important tribe.
Yes, they were rewarded because they each get to be closest to the Holy Land, the Holy District.
It's funny to me because I don't know if you recall this, but Benjamin at one point was actually destroyed almost completely, and they took slave women to repopulate that tribe.
Yes.
That's
correct.
crazy.
Yeah.
And part of that was like, I think the fact that God helped destroy them, I think.
I honestly don't remember, but I wouldn't doubt it.
Right. I could be getting that one wrong, but I mean, it's funny that they now are such a prominent tribe in this whole Bible thing. So
right, it is very interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna name them again, but this time, now that we have a little bit better understanding of how this lays out. So just imagine the Mediterranean, okay? And that is the western border for all of these people, okay? And I'm just going to name a list and just imagine them as the list next to the Mediterranean. Okay?
Yeah.
Northmost, we have Dan. Underneath that is Asher. Underneath that is Naphtali. underneath that is Joseph's two, because it didn't go to him, it went to his two sons, if you recall.
Right.
So Manasseh and Ephraim.
Okay.
And we'll come back to that in a minute. Reuben and then Judah.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Then we've got the holy district, which I will talk about more in a minute.
Sure.
Okay. Underneath that is Benjamin and then Simon and then Issachar, Zebulon, and Gad.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk more about that center area, though.
Yeah.
The holy district.
Right.
So I looked on maps to try to understand it better because I'm somewhat of a visual person. And I don't feel like the Bible explained it well enough that I could imagine this. So I'm going to try to explain it a little bit better than the Bible did.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the holy district is set up similarly to the rest of it, where it's a list, except for the bottom part of the list. Okay.
Yeah.
So at first we have the Levites. Okay.
Right.
They are the northernmost part of this
Holy
district.
Right.
And that puts them the furthest away from the temple.
Okay.
Even though they get included in that center section,
Right.
they are the furthest away from the temple.
Which
Okay.
is, it was just kind of interesting because they're actually responsible for a lot of things going on at the temple. So
Yes. So they get to be in there, they get to be included, but they are northmost and furthest away. Underneath them on this list comes the Zadokite priests and the sanctuary and the temple, because the Zadokite priests, of course, live and serve in the sanctuary, the temple.
Right.
Okay.
They're the
So
special
that's-
priests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's in the very center.
They get the special eating clothes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then just south of that comes the city.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the city lies between from west to east.
Mm-hmm.
Like the city isn't a whole band to itself.
Got it.
Okay. It's a little teeny tiny square that on each side of it is the city gardens.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I've just described to you is a whole square. Okay. So it goes the Levites, the Zadokite priests, the sanctuary with the temple, and then the city surrounded by the city gardens. Okay.
Okay.
So that is a square that I just described.
Got it.
Okay. And that is not the entire length of the rest of the bands. So what makes up the rest of that rectangle is prince lands on either side.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what
All right.
fills out. So the prince is in the middle too, but in
Got
the
it.
middle of the prince is the holy district.
I see.
Okay.
I
Does
see.
that make better sense?
Yeah.
Like, I could not picture this for the fucking life of me.
I guess I didn't try that hard, honestly, because to me, it doesn't really
Matter?
right. Yeah. It's a dream that Ezekiel supposedly had and supposedly wrote down and supposedly is the word of God that has never been fulfilled.
Right.
And probably never will.
Well,
So-
especially with this really weird layout where they just wrote down a list and then stuck it on a map and said, there you go.
Yeah, well,
That's weird.
It's things like this that really take away from the believability of the Bible in general.
Robs it of any magic.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of disappointing. Like, oh, that.
Right,
okay.
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's move on from that to the gates around the city.
Okay.
Okay. So the gates around the city, this comes from, you know what? Let me back up. I'm sorry. I should have read the next sentence here.
Okay.
In my notes. Okay. So the verses in the last section, sections 30 through 35, were apparently added from a different source because they focus the city gates on each of the four sides. And each gate is named after a certain tribe.
Right, I remember that.
So that shit was all added later by other people. They would have been followers of Ezekiel,
Yeah.
but not Ezekiel himself.
Okay.
Because he had all the layout of all the city and stuff, and like the gates were less important to him.
Sure.
So the new city is different from the Jerusalem in history. We pointed out already some of the differences.
Yeah.
Because the gates of the post-exilic Jerusalem in Nehemiah's time, like way back when, were carefully noted, yet none of them was named after the tribes.
Right.
Although in the pre-exilic period, there was a Benjamin gate and an Ephraim gate. but both of those were on the north side, not the east side of the city.
I feel like this inclusion in this section is more of a acknowledgement of, and like, here, we're giving you something. This is a thing. You're all going to be part of the holy district with your gate.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So.
And that actually is kind of important, too, from what I'm about to say.
Okay.
Okay. In the new city, Levi stands as one of the 12 tribes with its own gate. Like the Levites.
Yeah.
Like, they are in the holy district, right? The Levites themselves.
Yeah.
They get to be in the holy district, but they're the furthest away from the temple.
Right.
But they also get their own gate.
Wait a second, though. So
how would that make it 12?
Yeah.
Okay. Because remember I said we come back to that when I was talking about the two that were Joseph?
Yeah.
On the gates, they are one, listed as the Joseph gate.
Oh.
Okay. So that the Levites can have a gate.
So they've created essentially a 13th tribe.
Yes and no, because Manasseh and Ephraim were referred to as the Joseph tribe collectively on and off.
Right.
So it technically is Joseph's tribe, but it's his two sons each get one.
Okay.
So it depends on how they want to do it. And for the purposes of this, they were like, no, we really want the Levites to have their own gate.
I mean, to be fair to Joseph's sons, the entire, history of the Bible is based on one person.
Right.
So I don't know where they get off saying any of this. If you say that there was 12 tribes before, there should still be 12 tribes. But, whatever they got to do to appease these little priestly people is fine, I guess. And at that, it's just in a dream. So who cares?
Right. And like going back to what you said, yeah, who fucking cares? But it matters in how they imagine placating various people.
Yeah.
That part is what I found interesting.
Sure.
How they laid out, like, what they thought of the various people as far as, like, in this dream, you're shitty, so you get to live furthest away from the city.
Right.
Like, that's important.
Yeah.
The city less so, but how they imagined the people.
Yeah.
That's what I found really interesting.
Right.
And that's what I was trying to imagine when they were like, and this guy was living furthest away. I was like, what? I can't see it. So I had to see it in order to understand what the people, how they were being punished or rewarded.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So, we've got the Joseph Gate, and that's how they did there's still 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So the image of a city with 12 gates distributed equally among the four sides and named after the 12 tribes of Israel is really super fucking unusual. Okay. City walls were usually designed intentionally with only one gate.
Right. I mean, that makes a lot of sense
because
I mean, if you want to keep
your city.
Right. Yeah.
But this is going to be in a time of peace on earth or whatever.
Of course.
In an Eden.
Yeah.
So we'll all live in harmony.
There's no need to protect yourself.
Right.
We just need to enter.
So
but if that's the case, why don't you just leave the no gates?
Well,
I'm just saying.
Not everybody can fit inside. Some people live outside. They come to visit this city.
But why do you need gates, is what I'm saying.
That I could not tell you.
Okay.
But
I feel like it's just symbolic. It's just let's mention all the fucking tribes. Here's the people that are important to it. There they are.
That is a very good question. You actually did stump me. Like, I don't fucking know.
Right.
So, moving on, since I can't answer that.
Sure.
And since, again, who cares?
Yeah.
The order of the gate naming seems to have its own logic, which I found this kind of interesting, too. The children of Leah all are on the north one. Judah, Levi, and Reuben.
Okay.
Because remember, Jacob had several. Jacob's name is Israel, and he had several different. He had like a wife and her sister wife or something like that, and then each of them had a concubine.
Right.
Because his wife couldn't have a baby or whatever.
Right.
So Leah was one of his wives, and so her children, Judah, Levi, and Reuben, are on the north side. On the south side, is the other ones of Leah's children, Simon, Issachar, and Zebulon.
Okay.
Okay, because she had a shit ton.
Yeah.
Okay, the children of Rachel, remember, that was the one he really loved.
Yes.
Rachel was his true love.
Right.
His actual wifey wife. Her children, Joseph and Benjamin, and also with Dan, who was the oldest son of Bilhah, Rachel's handmaid.
Right.
Those guys were all on the east side.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she only had 2. And, he had one with this other fucking maid of hers.
Sure.
And where are you going to put that dude? So
Right.
stick him. Because it was Rachel's handmaid.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that guy gets to be with them.
Right.
The remaining children of his various concubines or whatever, Gad, Asher, and Naphtali were grouped together on the west. So
Okay.
the arrangement recalls the order of tribal camps around the tabernacle, 3 on each of the 4 sides, as referenced in the book of Numbers.
Got it.
So I just thought that whole thing was interesting. And there weren't really a lot of questions that we had. But that was the Q&A info that I could come up with that I thought might be interesting for this.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's good information. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that all you got for us today then?
That is all I have for the Q&A, yes.
All right. Well, we are going to be releasing the next episode, which will be the
wrap up
for Ezekiel. And we'll be doing that actually here probably tonight and shortly. So we'll be releasing a couple back-to-back today. And then we'll be back tomorrow with...
Oh, we will be doing the You Are Always Wrong, or as I like to call it, You're Always Wrong.
That's right. And so am I sometimes. But,
Always wrong?
No, right. I'm right. I'm right. I'm correct.
Okay.
Sometimes. And then
Usually,
I'm also wrong.
Well,
but,
in the purposes
it's not my fault.
And for the purposes of the game, you're always wrong.
Right.
That's the point. But in everything else, you're usually right. So that's why I enjoy this game.
Sure. And then are we still endeavoring to get done a
book club? Yes. A sacrilegious
yes.
book club will happen this weekend.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we're still kind of trying to get all this done. Sorry for the delay this week. We're kind of setting into a new schedule, and it's been a little bit hectic getting into it. So
because you started a new job recently.
Right. And so we apologize for the, not exactly on time stuff.
The forthing and the backing.
Yes. Hopefully we will find our rhythm and get back into this full-fledged here soon. And in the meantime, hang in there, and we'll be back shortly with the next episode.
Okie dokie.
Bye.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you know what we're doing now?
Well, we are doing kind of a back-to-back episode now. So this is going to be out on Saturday as well as our other one that was out today. So if you accidentally skipped that one, we did our Q&A over Ezekiel chapters 46 through 48. And that's releasing the same time, day / thing as this.
Which
is our...
wrap up.
Yeah,
we're wrapping up Ezekiel.
Yeah, we're finishing the book of Ezekiel. It's amazing.
You guys, you did it. You read the whole Ezekiel if you followed along with us.
Yeah, we're really excited, and you should be too, because this is just incredible. We're getting through this thing.
We are reading the Bible.
We're managing to have fun. Like, this has been kind of fun, I mean, I'm going to say, the Ezekiel Torah bit, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
That was some bullshit.
I'm not about Deuteronomy and Leviticus all over again.
Right. Ugh. But, I mean, overall, Ezekiel was kind of a, interesting character. I'll just say,
wheels, though.
Right? Yeah. some crazy shit happened, But anyway, I am assuming we're going to go over a bit of what Ezekiel's all about here.
That's what a wrap-up is.
That's what, it sure is. All right. Well, let's go do this.
Okie dokie. All right, so we are wrapping up the book of Ezekiel, which I'm very glad to be doing.
I am as well.
The book of Ezekiel is the third of the latter prophets in the Tanakh.
The latter greater prophets or something? Or latter...
No, the Jewish version has everybody in a different order than the Christian Old Testament version.
Oh.
Like, we are actually, if we're going by the Jewish version, we are in the Tanakh.
Okay.
which
all
is,
right.
you know, the other stuff that's not the Torah.
Got it.
Like they have the Torah is the law. Then they have the writings, which is, I think it's the Ketuvim or
Okay.
something like that. I can't remember.
Sure.
The writings were like Psalms and
The writing.
Lamentations
Okay.
or something like that. Yeah, it was the writings is.
Right.
You know?
Okay. All right.
And then the prophets, there's
The section for
the
the prophets.
latter prophets are the Tanakh.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
And that means as opposed to the main prophets, which, you know, would be like Moses.
Right. Right.
You know, all them guys.
All them guys being Abraham and Moses, and that's all I can come up with.
I mean,
Unless
I guess
there was somebody
like,
else, but I
was
can't remember anybody.
Isaiah a prophet? I don't know.
By Isaiah,
Elijah.
why is Isaiah a latter prophet? Or wouldn't he? Why would he?
No, not those guys would have been regular prophets. Ezekiel is a latter prophet because he comes later.
Right, but Isaiah came later too. So,
He was in the king's stuff, wasn't he?
I mean,
The Kings is in the
he
Chronicles.
was just before the Babylonian exile.
Right, so he would have been before the exile.
Okay, all right. I didn't know. I don't know how this all works.
I don't
I'm just
fucking
checking.
know. Look, I don't know either.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
telling you some stuff.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah.
So anyway, in the Jewish Tanakh, he's the third of the latter prophets.
Okay,
He's one of the major prophets in the Christian Bible.
got it.
The second to last, as a matter of fact, because the next one we'll read will be Daniel.
Got it.
And I don't know shit about Daniel, except for that I think there's lions or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Daniel and the lions? I don't know. Why do I have that in my head?
Right.
I could be totally wrong. There might be clowns instead of lions.
There could be, yeah.
Okay, so Ezekiel records 6 visions. I wasn't counting, so I'm just going to take their
Right.
word
Yeah,
for
that
it.
sounds close, I guess. Yeah.
Of the prophet Ezekiel, who was exiled in Babylon during the 22 years from 593 to 571 BCE.
Okay. All right. Just to clarify something real quick, though. Isaiah is a latter prophet.
That's
No, you
okay.
said he was
No, you're
pre,
right.
so I just
I
wanted
thought
to
you
make
said
sure.
Ezekiel. You're
Yeah.
saying Isaiah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Ezekiel and Isaiah are both latter prophets.
Right. I know. Okay. I got it now.
No, I just want to make sure we understood. So that's all.
Yes,
That's all. Okay.
got it.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. So the visions and the book, both,
Yeah.
are structured around 3 major themes.
Okay.
Okay. So first is the judgment on Israel, which consists of Judah and Jerusalem.
Right,
Okay. And that would
right.
be chapters 1 through 24.
Sure.
Okay. Next would be judgment on foreign nations, and that would be
Right.
chapters 25 through 32.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was not fun. The third theme is hope, salvation, and future blessings for Israel, and that is chapters 33 through 48. And I'm
Okay.
like, if you say so.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
The book of Ezekiel describes itself as the words of Ezekiel ben Buzi, meaning
Oh.
son of Buzi.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
A priest living in exile in the city of Babylon between 593 to 571 BCE, which I
Okay.
think I already said, but
Sure.
there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Most scholars today accept the basic authenticity of the book, but acknowledge there were clearly significant additions by a school of later followers of the original prophet.
Got it.
Particularly those last chapters about the gates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
According to Jewish tradition, the all caps men of the great assembly,
Oh, okay.
which I don't get into that because I'm not sure what that was.
Sure.
Probably should have looked it up. I think I meant to, and then I forgot.
Right.
Because that's how my brain works.
Right,
I
right.
do have ADHD. So according to Jewish tradition, the men of the great assembly wrote the book of Ezekiel based on the prophet's words.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
who knows if Ezekiel or these dudes wrote it?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
The book probably reflects much of the historical Ezekiel, like the dude, but it is simultaneously unlikely to preserve the very words of the prophet.
Got it.
So it talks about him, but is not really likely to have been like a record of what he actually said.
Okay. All right.
Which, I mean, I don't know to be happy or sad for him, because what if he was like, but I did dream about those wheels with eyes.
Well, just I did a quick search while we were looking. The
Men of the great assembly.
right. Apparently, it was a council of about 120 sages, that were active after the Babylonian exile, and they're credited with a lot of contributions to Judaism, and it basically revolves around them, editing shit in the Bible,
deciding which books would go in and which books wouldn't, kind of thing.
Right, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, apparently this group of 120 sages determined what God said.
Sure.
That's what it looks like to me anyway.
That's interesting.
It is interesting, isn't it? I mean, like
that men did it.
I have all these conversations online with people about, it being the word of God or not being the word of God. And there's a guy that I was talking to recently that was like, well, if you're taking the Bible literally, I'm like, well, I'm taking it literally because you said that this is the word of God. So if it's the word of God, then we're literally listening to God, right? But if we're listening to God, then 120 sages didn't fucking edit it after the Babylonian exile.
Right.
That's bullshit. You can't have it both ways.
Unless those guys were each led by God.
Whatever. That's a bunch of fucking shit.
It's like, okay. I
right,
see.
Yeah.
So we just can't talk about it. Got it.
What we're discovering as we go through this is that all of these books that we're reading have been severely edited at some point by somebody and added to and taken away from. And if there ever was a word of God, which is
questionable in and of itself.
At best, it's questionable. At worst, it's, just absolutely ridiculous, you know? Which I think I lean towards more of the absolutely ridiculous side.
Same.
But if we're to believe that this is the word of God, then these people cannot be editing the word of fucking God.
Right.
That's not how that works.
Yeah.
God is God, right? Like God is supposed to be this all-knowing being that tells you what to fucking write if you're writing his word. So don't edit it.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah. That's all.
Sorry,
I had to go off there just for a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So Ezekiel was born into a priestly family of Jerusalem circa 623 BCE during the reign of the reforming King Josiah.
Okay.
So remember, Josiah was a good one. Okay?
Sure. According to Israel. According to Judaism. Yeah.
In Canaan.
Right.
Prior to this time, Judah had been a vassal of the Assyrian Empire. Remember all that?
Yeah.
But the rapid decline of Assyria after circa 630 BCE led Josiah to assert his independence and institute a religious reform stressing loyalty to Yahweh, the national God of Israel.
Got it.
So that's why Josiah was like, we got to get back to Yahweh, man.
Sure.
To kind of reestablish a national religion, to bring the people back together after having been serving under Assyria.
Even politically, that makes some sense.
Sure.
You're bringing your people together, and I'm sure against odds that are coming your way, because the falling of Assyria is probably writing on the wall as to what's coming for you.
Yes.
So
yes, he was like, we have got to band together. Religion is the way, and maybe we can just see through what comes next.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
Right.
Josiah was killed, however, in 609 BCE, so Judah became a vassal of the new regional power, the Neo-Babylonian Empire.
Sure.
Womp, womp. That happened.
Yeah.
In 597 BCE, following a rebellion against Babylon, Ezekiel was among the large group of Judeans taken into captivity by the Babylonians. So he was in that first group that was taken.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Ezekiel appears to have spent the rest of his life in Mesopotamia. Never got to come home. Although there is no legitimate thing that says that he didn't.
Sure.
But it's just not likely that it...
But all of his visions were visions of his homeland.
Right.
It wasn't like they talk about him being transported by God back to Israel, but they never talk about him actually going back to Israel.
Yeah, he got real silent after the end of his book.
Right.
We never hear what happened to him. So it's believed that he probably lived and died in Babylon.
Sure.
Which that tracks.
Yeah. Yeah.
A second deportation of Jews from Jerusalem to Babylon occurred in 586 BCE when another unsuccessful rebellion resulted in the destruction of the city and its temple and the exile of the remaining elements of the royal court, including the last scribes and priestesses.
Got it.
Okay, so that was pretty much the beginning of the end right there.
Sure.
Ezekiel was around 25 when he went into exile, and that would be another reason that he might have stayed. He's so young.
Yeah.
When he got there, he'd been there, like, he went there at a fairly young adult age and then lived there for several decades, establishing a new life and leadership.
Right.
He might have just wanted to stick around.
Yeah, definitely.
So he was around 30 when he received his prophetic calling.
Sure.
And around 52 at the time of the last vision, circa 571 BCE.
Okay. All right.
The Septuagint, which is the Greek version of the Bible, that version of Ezekiel differs slightly from the Hebrew version, the Masoretic version. It's about 8 verses shorter out of 1,272 verses, and possibly represents an earlier transmission of the book that we have today.
Okay. Right.
There are also other remnants of translations into various other languages and just pieces that do differ from this as well, that were also likely from earlier transmissions.
Okay.
So just FYI, we do not have the beginning of the book. So what we have today is likely not how the book actually went, given the differences.
Right.
And that kind of goes to what you were saying with, dudes sitting around a table just filling in the blanks and deciding
what God said.
Yeah. So that further backs up that claim.
Yeah, for sure.
Previous prophets had used Israel to mean the northern kingdom and its tribes, right?
Yeah.
Like the others were, gone. Right.
Yeah.
When Ezekiel speaks of Israel, he is also addressing the deported remnant of Judah.
Okay.
So he's referring to like everybody there and gone.
Got it. Yeah.
Which is interesting because he's the only one to have done that thus far.
Yeah.
I don't know about the other dudes.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk a little bit about what I wrote here is EZ versus Deutz. What that means is Ezekiel versus Deuteronomy, or the Deuteronomical writers.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So Ezekiel is notable for suggesting individual responsibility to God, as opposed to, the Deuteronomist or Deuteronomistic writers, right? So Ezekiel's like, each man is going to be held responsible only for his own sins. And we're like, whoa, that's kind of New Testament of you.
We commented on that at the time. That was very different.
Yeah. And that is one of the controversial things about the book of Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Because it almost didn't get included.
Because of the difference.
Because of the difference,
right,
And this was one of the major points of contention.
Right. Well, it strikes me just on that thought process right there, that the whole last 8 chapters, right, where it was very much, very Levitical in reading.
That they might have added that to harken back to those older...
Okay, we know we changed things up over here, but we're going to bring you right back into the OT over here.
Yeah. And that would make perfect sense.
Yeah.
Since it was obvious that those were added later.
Right.
So the Deuteronomistic writers, of course, held that the sins of the nation would be held against all without regard for an individual's personal guilt. And I think we discussed way back at the beginning of Deuteronomy, why it was important for a culture to have combined guilt as opposed to individual guilt.
Right.
And it was to hold each other accountable, because the opinion of your neighbor did matter. You would be that much more inclined to not be a fuck up asshole.
Sure.
Yeah. Shame was a thing.
Right.
So, as we progress and get bigger and bigger and bigger and more populations, individual guilt is going to matter more than group guilt.
Yeah.
So, it no longer was as important. And Ezekiel, I think, understood that, and that's why he changed that.
Sure.
But
and I get that, but at the same time, we did talk about this during the OT and different times when they were talking about generational guilt, and that was some bullshit. Like group think, okay, well, that's one thing. Like to hold a society accountable for actions and have them police themselves, essentially, that's one thing. But for a God to say, okay, but I'm going to punish you for 10 generations or whatever, that was some crap.
Okay, I'm going to wear 2 different hats now. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to wear my wife hat, which is just a person in today's time married to husband and say, I completely 100% agree with you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to wear my sociology scholar hat, which I'm not a scholar, so I'm talking out of my ass. But I have a little bit of understanding of sociology.
Sure.
And how groups think and work.
Yeah.
Okay. So thinking of this from a scholarly point of view, it did make sense, again, for them to have this, you're born into having this price on your head already.
Yeah.
Again, it was to keep the tribe joined. It was to keep them in line. And they would kick the can down the road, but with the understanding that it likely would never have to get paid.
Right.
And that's, I'm not saying I agree with it. Wife totally is like, that's some bullshit.
Sure.
Okay. But if I'm pulling myself outside of it and I'm just looking at it objectively from a looking back in history and how various cultures.
From a societal standpoint.
Yes. Yeah. It does make a certain kind of sense and did serve a purpose. However, as they became more and more civilized, is that the right word?
Sure.
Progressed.
Right.
And grew, and
yeah.
Their tribe was no longer a tribe. It was more like an entire fucking nation. It made a lot less sense. And I will say, as far as Christianity goes, it makes no goddamn sense today.
Right.
To be born with a fucking price tag on your head for the sin that you know nothing about, that has nothing to fucking do with you, and to have an entire fucking nation or your entire family owes a price for something that you didn't do.
Right.
Like, that makes no fucking sense in today's time, because we are not itty bitty fucking tribes.
Sure.
You know, it's just whatever.
Yep.
So there's that. Okay, so Ezekiel wrote with a distinct ambivalence towards kingship, whereas the Deuteronomists reserved their scorn for individual kings rather than for the office itself. So that was another difference between Ezekiel and the Deuteronomistic writers.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Ezekiel praised the Zadokites over the Levites, of course, because he was one of them.
Yeah, right.
The Levites, whom he largely blamed for the destruction and exile. So he was not happy with them. And also he was one of the other groups.
Yeah.
So he had reasons.
Very, very convenient.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Ezekiel blames the Babylonian exile not on the people's failure to keep the law, but on their worship of gods other than Yahweh.
Right.
So,
which is why he blames the Levites, I guess, because they allowed for worship of other gods or whatever.
Right.
So
right.
Even in the temple, apparently, according to the text that we're reading.
Yes.
So
yes, according to Ezekiel, according to the dudes of the table that made these choices of what goes in the book.
Sure. Yeah.
So, that is my recap. I have a pop quiz.
Oh, okay.
And I have the answers ahead of time so that we can do this in real time instead of having to go back and be like, how did you do?
Well, I think we're going to try something slightly different this time, and then going forward from here too.
Yeah.
Where we're going to let you guys kind of play along with me.
So I'm going to make sure to repeat the question twice, and it's multiple choice. So I'll make sure to give the choices twice.
Yeah.
And then you're going to slow down your fumbling response as you think through trying to get it correct.
Yeah. So
to give our listeners a chance to
shout it out.
Right.
If you shout loud enough, I might hear your answer. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Just shout it out wherever you are and let me know what the answer is. That way I get it correct. Okay.
Yeah. Play along with us is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So number 1, and there's 10 questions. Okay.
Okay. All right.
10 questions. Number 1, what did the Lord tell Ezekiel he has made him for the house of Israel? Would that be a curse, a king, a watchman, none of the above? I'll read it again.
Okay.
What did the Lord tell Ezekiel he has made him for the house of Israel? A curse, a king, a watchman, or none of the above?
I'm going to go with...
Make sure you slow down.
Let's see. I need some help here. Need some help, guys. All right. I think I'm going to go with watchman.
that would be correct.
All right.
And I got that one correct as well.
Awesome. Yay.
Mm-hmm. So this was in Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. Son of man, I have made you a watchman for the house of Israel. Whenever you hear a word from my mouth, you shall give them warning from me.
Right.
Okay. And Ezekiel was Israel's spiritual watchman, is what we're trying to say here.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Watchmen were stationed on city walls to alert people of approaching dangers so that they could run and seek protection. So similarly, Ezekiel sounded warnings of impending judgment.
Okay.
Both to the unsaved.
He was a spiritual watchman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
And that's what I said. He was Israel's spiritual watchman.
Right.
Both to the unsaved to turn from evil and to the righteous to remain faithful.
Got it.
Okay. So very good on you.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2. And thank you for telling husband the right answer, because he would not have known it otherwise.
It's all you help me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2. One of the 4 faces of the living creatures that Ezekiel saw was a bird. What kind of bird was it? Okay. Here's your choices.
All right.
An eagle, an owl, a hawk, or a dove.
Now
read it again.
I think I might know this one.
You might, but let's read it again.
All right.
One of the 4 faces of the living creatures that Ezekiel saw was a bird. What kind of bird was it? An eagle, an owl, a hawk, or a dove?
All right.
Boom, 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 boom.
All right. I think it was an eagle.
Yes.
Yes.
That is correct.
Okay.
And I also got it correct.
Got it.
Ezekiel's vision of the 4 living creatures in Ezekiel chapter 1 are identified as cherubim. Each of Ezekiel's cherubim have 4 faces, that of a man, a lion, an ox, and...
an eagle.
An eagle, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and this comes from Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 10.
Okay.
As for the likeness of their faces, each had a human face. The 4 had the face of a lion on the right side, the 4 had the face of an ox on the left side, and the 4 had the face of an eagle, and that would have been on the other side that we didn't say.
Yeah. The imagery of those angels was pretty fucking just disturbing.
Disturbing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about them guys.
Right?
You know?
Yeah.
So number 3.
Okay.
Ezekiel saw living creatures underneath the God of Israel.
Okay.
What did Ezekiel know them to be? Okay, here's your choices.
Sure.
Seraphim, cherubim, prophets, or none of the above. Okay, let's read that again.
Sure. Yeah.
Ezekiel saw living creatures underneath the God of Israel. What did Ezekiel know them to be? Seraphim, cherubim, prophet, or none of the above?
Okay, I've got this narrowed down to 2 possible choices, but I'm not 100% certain here, so I definitely need your shout outs here.
Okay.
I think I know I'm going to get this one wrong. I think it's cherubim.
That's correct.
Is it?
It is. What was your other choice?
I was going to say seraphim because I thought it was something different than what I thought for some reason. I don't know.
He did see some seraphim later, I think.
Yeah, that's why. I think that's why I was confused.
Yeah. But no, these were the cherubim. You got it right,
Okay.
as did I.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So we are kicking ass and not taking names.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so in his second vision, Ezekiel identifies the creatures he saw earlier in his first vision as cherubim through direct narration. So he doesn't tell us the first time that that's what they are. When he has his next vision, that's when he's like, and I knew them to be
Got it.
cherubim.
Yeah.
And I tried to do a search like, how do you fucking know though?
Right. Right.
And the text doesn't specify how he gained this knowledge.
Sure.
And therefore, nobody can answer that goddamn question other than, I guess God told him.
Right.
And then he didn't write that part down.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Right.
So anyway, this comes from Ezekiel chapter 10, verse 20. These were the living creatures that I saw underneath the God of Israel by the Chabar Canal. And that's where he's referring to, oh my God, these were the same ones I saw that other time.
Yeah.
With the wheels and shit. Remember?
Right.
And I knew that they were cherubim.
Okay.
Oh, is that what you knew? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways. Okay. So number 4. In Ezekiel chapter 7, how did the Lord describe himself? Okay. Ready?
I'm ready.
One who heals, one who defends, one who strikes, one who provides. Let's read that again.
Sure.
In Ezekiel chapter 7, how did the Lord describe himself? One who heals, one who defends, one who strikes, or one who provides?
I'm struggling with this one.
I got it wrong.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you? All right. I hope the power of the listeners comes to help this time. So I'm gonna go with provides.
That's the one I picked.
Damn it!
If you think about it, 3 of the 4 are, he's so sweet, he's nice,
Yeah.
and it's not any of those.
Oh well, that's what I should have picked. But I feel like they want to describe him as something better.
That's New Testament.
Okay. All right.
No, in the
So
Old
he strikes.
Testament, he's one who strikes. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Don't worry, I got it wrong too.
Yeah.
The Lord refers to himself as one who strikes to deliver a message of judgment and impending punishment to the Israelites for their wrongdoings, and as a reminder of his power and authority to bring about both blessings and curses.
Okay.
And this comes from Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 9. And my eye will not spare, nor will I have pity, because I'm a son of a bitch. I will punish you according to your ways while your abominations are in your midst. Then you will know that I am the Lord who strikes.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
what a fantastic
you go
guy.
bowling? That's awesome. I almost never get strikes. Husband gets strikes.
I do
I
sometimes.
get some spares.
Yeah?
I do get some spares.
You occasionally get a strike.
I'm just excited if my bowling score beats 100.
Right.
And that is so fucking low considering that like you're aiming for like 200, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. You usually get up closer to 200.
Yeah.
I'm like, I beat 100. And you're like, good job, babe. Yeah. But I have fun with it. So,
Yeah.
and that's the point.
Yeah.
Just don't play with husband because he does the pose and he like,
I do the pose. Oh my God.
you know where you lift the foot and stuff? Like, you know how to fucking bowl. You are like all for real about it.
I can't spin the ball. That's how
can't.
bowlers, I've never been, I just bowl it straight down the thing,
Yep.
But the real bowlers, they spin the ball. So
Well,
I'm not real. I'm not a real bowler.
I say as long as you get the score, that's all that fucking matters.
Yeah, I mean,
and
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at what I do, but I haven't got the whole, thing down.
I have to say, playing games with husband is kill because he wins everything. Except, do you remember when kid was little?
Oh my God.
And we would play Candyland?
Yes.
You would 100% fucking lose.
Yeah.
And then as kid got older, we played Parcheesi. And that had a little bit more strategy, so you enjoyed it more, but you still always lost.
Yeah.
Because you just cannot handle games of luck.
I can't.
You need games of skill and strategy, which me and kid always lose. So it's no fun for us.
Yeah. So if you ever see us out somewhere, just if you bring a board, like a risk board, I'll be down for that because I never get to play here.
And
no one will play with me.
I will get the beers. I'll be your beer bitch because I'm not about it. All right, number 5.
Yeah.
Who was the father of Ezekiel the priest?
Oh, God.
You'll remember this when you hear them.
Okay,
I'm
all
giving
right.
you the names.
All
Ready?
right, yeah.
Was it Buzi, Zechariah, Eliab, or Jesodic?
Oh, Jesus.
Who was the father of Ezekiel the priest? Buzi, Zechariah, Eliab, or Jesodic?
I don't know the answer to this one, but I'm gonna guess, and I really like this name, but Boozy?
Yes. You don't
Okay.
remember? Like,
I was leaning towards that one, but I don't know why.
I actually tried to like say it a couple of times when I was reading through the recap.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was on the pop quiz, so
Sure.
I tried to be like really speak clearly. I said it a couple of times, so you have no fucking excuse, honestly.
I mean, other than I wasn't listening.
Yes,
to it.
right,
Right.
yeah. It was Boozy.
Okay.
Beyond being the priest from Jerusalem and father of the prophet Ezekiel, nothing else is known about the guy.
Got it.
Womp womp. And this comes from Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 3. The word of the Lord came to Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzi, in the land of the Chaldeans by the Kebar Canal, and the hand of the Lord was upon him there.
Got it.
Okay. And that's it. That's all we know.
All right.
All right, number 6. In the book of Ezekiel, where was the spirit of the living creatures? Was it in the wheels, the wings, the rings, or the firmament? Now let me read that again.
Okay.
In the book of Ezekiel, where was the spirit of the living creatures? Was it in the wheels, the wings, the rings, or the firmament?
Now, I'm not 100% certain about this, but I'm going to take a stab at it. And everybody else, please, take your stab too, because I don't really know. But I'm going to say, I think it was the firmament.
Oh, womp womp.
Got it wrong.
You got it wrong.
Shit.
I got it right.
Did you? What was it?
What's your second guess?
The wings.
God damn, no.
I'm way off, apparently.
You're way off.
No.
It's the wheels.
The wheels.
The fucking wheels is where the spirit
Wheels
is.
on the bus go round and round.
Do they go round?
Round
and round. The imagery in Ezekiel's vision of the living creatures and the wheels with the same spirit points to the idea of divinely guided motion.
Is that's what it points to?
Absolutely.
Huh? Okay, all
The
right.
creatures and the wheels are a unified entity, inseparable in their movement, suggesting that the spirit infuses them with both the will and the ability to move in perfect coordination wherever God directs them. Okay?
Yeah.
And that comes from Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 22. No, sorry, verse 21.
Got it.
I don't know why I said 22.
I just thought that was just really crazy fucking imagery. That's all I thought. So
When those went, these went. And when those stood, these stood. And when those rose from the earth, the wheels rose along with them. For the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels.
see. Okay.
Nose
Right.
goes.
Yeah.
All right, number 7.
Yeah.
When Ezekiel ate the scroll, what did the scroll taste like?
What did it taste like?
Here are your
I
choices.
don't recall this.
Here are your choices.
Okay.
Sour as lemon, sweet as honey, bitter as bile, or hot and spicy. When Ezekiel ate the scroll, what did the scroll taste like? Sour as lemon, sweet as honey, bitter as bile, or hot and spicy?
I think I kind of know this one. Maybe, but I'm not 100% certain here. So,
Okay.
hopefully you guys at home or in your car or wherever you are get this one right. But I'm going to go with honey.
Yes,
Okay.
that is
All right,
correct.
all
And I
right.
got that one right as well.
I thought that might be it. And, you're taking the word of God. So he's going to want it to taste like honey, right?
Yeah.
Definitely not bile. Yeah.
In the book of Ezekiel, the act of eating the scroll symbolizes the prophet's complete internalization of God's message. By consuming the scroll, Ezekiel absorbs God's words and becomes a vessel for them.
Or a golem.
Right. I'm going to go with Gollum. Okay, this comes from Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 3. And he said to me, Son of man, feed your belly with this scroll that I give you and fill your stomach with it. Then I ate it, and it was in my mouth as sweet as honey. Yum,
Got
yum,
it.
yum, yum, yum.
Yeah.
Honey-lipped vixens. Okay, number 8. The Lord asked Ezekiel to eat the food as a barley cake. On what was he to bake it as fuel?
Ooh, I think I know this one. I know
Keep
this
it to
one.
yourself. I'm going to read the choices.
Wait. I have a question, though. Is this what he originally wanted them to bake it on, or after he compromised what he wanted to bake it on?
I hear what you're asking. It's
Yeah.
on what he was supposed to originally.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
You know the answer.
I do. I do.
Okay, so was it a tray? Was it human dung? Was it chariots? Or was it a camel's back? And I'll read these again.
Sure.
The Lord asked Ezekiel to eat the food as a barley cake. I don't think he asked. I think he ordered.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, God doesn't usually ask, right?
Right.
Yeah.
On what was he to bake it as fuel? Was it a tray, human dung, chariots, or a camel's back?
Okay, well, y'all know I know the answer, and I think most of our listeners, if they are kept up with us through this book, probably know the answer as well. It's human dung.
It's human fucking dung.
Yeah.
Now, did he end up doing it? No, but that's
No.
why it says the Lord asked him. He was supposed to bake it on there.
Right.
Yeah.
But it strikes me that, and it bothered me back even with Moses when some of these prophets are like,
Nah.
right, they argue with God. I'm like, but there were times when people who argued with God were
Got
were
smoted.
fucking, yeah.
They got smitten.
Yeah.
And not
did
in a
work,
good way.
It did not work out so well for them. So I don't understand this power that they think they have to negotiate with God.
Right?
You know?
Like, whom's the fuck, sir?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, I just reminded myself of a thing that blew my goddamn mind.
Okay.
When I said, they got smoted or smitten.
Yeah.
Okay, so smitten comes from the same like root word, smite.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that seems a little fucking violent to say I was kind of lusty or, you know, in love with this person.
Sure.
I would like when I say I am smitten, like I'm smitten with you. I don't like feel like I'm smited with you.
Right.
Like smite is like I killed that fucker hard, right?
Right.
God smote them. Like I don't feel like smitten comes across as violently as the word that it is the past tense for.
Yeah. No,
or not the past tense, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, that bothered me when I made that discovery that that's one of the forms of the word smite. To smite.
Right.
Okay. Whew, that bothered me. Sorry. Okay, so the act itself represents the hardship and deprivation the Israelites would face during the Babylonian siege of Jerusalem. The act itself being cooking it on fucking human dung.
Got it.
Eating meager rations cooked with unclean fuel emphasizes the desperate conditions they'll endure. Further, in Jewish tradition, human waste is considered ritually unclean.
Right.
By using it for cooking, Ezekiel embodies the spiritual uncleanness of the Israelites due to their disobedience to God's law. And this comes from Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 12. And you shall eat it as a barley cake, baking it in their sight on human dung. Ew. Ew. Absolutely not.
Right. Yeah, that was interesting.
All right. Verse 9. Or I said verse 9, but I meant question 9.
Yeah.
Sorry. According to Ezekiel chapter 1, where was Ezekiel when God called him to be a prophet, giving him visions of 4-winged creatures? Was he in Assyria, Babylon, Egypt, or Jerusalem? Okay, I'll read that again.
Sure.
According to Ezekiel chapter 1, where was Ezekiel when God called him to be a prophet, giving him visions of 4-winged creatures? Was he in Assyria, Babylon, Egypt, or Jerusalem?
I think this is pretty easy because we just covered this in the last chapter that he was, or in the last episode, but he wasn't even in Babylon until he was 25, and then he didn't start preaching until he was like 30. So it had to be Babylon.
It was Babylon.
Okay.
Very good.
Right.
Yes. Some readers believe the visions were real experiences in which Ezekiel directly encountered God and celestial beings. Others view the visions as symbolic representations of spiritual truths, using imagery to convey God's message to the Israelites.
Okay.
Both interpretations have merit and can coexist, in that the vivid imagery likely served an allegorical purpose while also being a very real experience for Ezekiel. Because he was high as fuck.
Right.
Or something.
Yeah.
Dude was cray.
Yes.
So this comes from, Shan, I didn't write it down. It's verse 1 of what chapter? Chapter 1 was in the question. That's why.
Got it.
Verse 1, chapter 1. Oh, yeah, it's the very first book. It's the very first verse of the entire book.
Okay.
In my 30th year, in the 4th month, on the 5th day, while I was among the exiles by the Kebar River, the heavens were opened and I saw visions of God. Okay. All right. So that's where that came from.
Yeah. Ezekiel started off strong.
It sure as fuck did, with a goddamn bang.
It caught my attention. You know?
It came strong out the gate.
It
and
really
then it
did.
ended with a fucking whimper.
It did.
How disappointing.
I blame it on the sages. There's 120 sages.
Those fucking sages weren't very sagistic. I made up my own word. Number 10. Last one. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Throughout the book of Ezekiel, God addressed him by a title when he gave him a vision or mission. What phrase did God use to address Ezekiel when he told Ezekiel to prophesy?
Everybody think real hard on this one. I'm sure you probably don't know it, so make sure you pay attention to the question.
We gave this a lot of
extra attention.
as we read through it.
We did.
So keep keep slow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you choices and then read it again.
Chance to answer. Yeah.
Okay. So was it child of God, the chosen one, son of man, or none of the above? Okay?
Yeah.
Let's read it again.
Okay.
Throughout the book of Ezekiel, God addressed him by a title when he gave him a vision or mission. What phrase did God use to address Ezekiel when he told Ezekiel to prophesy? Was it child of God, the chosen one, son of man, or none of the above?
Okay, I'm not going to pause too long on this one. Son of man.
It was son of man.
You mere human.
You fucking worm.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Yeah, that is exactly what it was. God would use this phrase throughout Ezekiel's life when he gave him visions and words to prophecy to the Jewish people. Son of man emphasizes Ezekiel's limited human nature compared to God's divinity. By using this common term, God makes his messages more relatable to the Israelites.
Bullshit. He's fucking calling them out for being lesser.
He's like, you pieces of shit.
Because God is a jealous piece of shit who is constantly like not happy with his creation and thinks horribly of them.
I can't believe that people made to be this way that I made are this way.
And it wasn't just that. That's the reason, the whole reason we do the you mere human, you fucking worm, is because he's called them names like worms and shit like that in the past. And it's all in the same vein. You're just a fucking human and fucking, you don't deserve shit. You're a piece of shit.
You know how I made you? You were made.
Right?
You suck.
Right?
Like, what?
Yeah.
That's rude.
Yeah.
Asshole.
Right?
So Ezekiel serves as a representative of humanity, receiving messages meant for all people. So Ezekiel's supposed to be our everyman in these stories. And I'm like, but you're not, though.
Yeah. Again,
you're just not.
I call out the limited power here of God because what? Yeah. Why do we need this guy? This guy. Why does he have to be the one that tells us? Yeah. Why can't you just tell everybody at once?
Yeah.
Seems like it'd be real fucking easy. So if God tuned into my brain radio, you know, and told me, hey, I'm God. And at the same time, I saw you be like, whoa, you know, and you had something happen. I mean, that would be pretty close to enough, you know. I'd be like, what the fuck was that shit? Yeah. You know, but no. He has to talk through some crazy asshole. Right.
So this came from chapter 2, verse 1 of Ezekiel. He said to me, son of man, stand up on your feet and I will speak to you. And that's all. That is it.
That is it?
That is it.
Okay.
You missed 2.
I did. So
I missed
like
1.
80%.
Yeah. Yeah. We did awesome. Good.
We did good. Yeah. Hopefully you guys did just as good.
I bet all of you made at least an 80%.
You think?
Like husband. Yeah.
If you didn't, no shame.
No shame.
I've definitely failed some of these quizzes in the past. So.
We have both failed the majority of them. So.
Right. Yeah. But I feel pretty good about that one. Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah. That was good.
All right. Well, that's a wrap.
That's a wrrap on Zeke.
Yeah.
Easy Kyle is done.
Well, almost.
Oh,
we got one more episode.
We do. God damn it.
So this one and the Q&A for the last 3 chapters of Ezekiel came out today, which is Saturday. And then we'll be back on Sunday with
we are doing You're Always Wrong.
Or Contradictions, as I like to call it.
And then we will also have
the
Sacrilegious Book Club.
Yes, that's the one. And then I'll get the weekly the replay wrap up thing done after that, and then it will be on Monday. We'll be back. We'll into
Daniel.
Well, yeah, we're gonna be starting a new book.
Yeah,
Daniel.
It'll
be the 27th book of the Bible. Everybody.
Who's Big D? I don't know. I don't know. We will find out.
All right. We'll see you then.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you know what the fuck we're doing up in here?
We are for real finishing up Ezekiel.
For real.
Yeah, like this is going to be the final episode.
That has anything to do with Ezekiel.
Right.
Because fuck that guy.
Well, and what is it that we're, what episode are we doing today?
You're Always Wrong.
Or as I like to call it, the Contradictions episode.
About Easy Kyle.
Yes. So we're going to go through and find some contradictions, I'm assuming.
Sure as fuck will.
All right, you ready to do this?
I am.
Let's do it.
Okie dokie. All right, we are jumping into the final fufara that has to do with Ezekiel.
Yes.
And it is, you're always wrong. Don't tell me that it's a contradiction.
But sometimes.
No,
I'm just
you're
saying
always wrong.
Sometimes I'm
forever.
Okay.
Just drop
I'm
it.
sad. I'm sad about it.
Well,
I want to be right.
You get to be right all the other times.
All right.
You do.
Yeah.
You're generally righter than I am.
Generally.
So this is the one episode where I get to be right all the time.
Well, I mean, technically, you're just reading the questions.
I'm the one that
just
prepared
always
them.
wrong.
I'm the one that prepared them, therefore. All right, ready? Number 1.
I'm ready.
Does God lie? We've had this one before.
I'm going to go with yes.
Okay, you're right. There were some times in 1 Kings, 2 Chronicles, and Ezekiel when he did lie.
Yeah.
For example, in 1 Kings, he said, "Now therefore, behold, the Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of these prophets, and the Lord hath spoken evil concerning thee." Remember that?
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily.
Made them lie.
Yeah.
He didn't lie, but he made them lie.
Right.
We had a problem with that the first time around.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll let that one go,
Sure,
right? Okay.
yeah.
In 2 Chronicles, it says, "Now therefore, behold, the Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of these thy prophets."
Yeah, right.
Okay,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. And in Ezekiel, it says, "And if a prophet be deceived when he hath spoken a thing, I, the Lord, have deceived that prophet."
Oh.
That's straight up.
Well, but that doesn't say he did. It just says that if that happens, and I'm assuming that the part of that is that it never did happen.
Well, I think that that's what we're supposed to think. But if a prophet is deceived when he speaks a thing.
Right. But the thing is, though, God is very picky about who his prophets are. And so therefore, just because they call themselves a prophet doesn't make them a prophet.
But God refers to them as prophets.
Right. That's true.
He doesn't ever say that they're not prophets.
But I guess my idea of when God lies is more in line with just the stuff where he says things are going to happen and then they don't.
I wouldn't call that a lie. I would call that, haha, your God is stupid and didn't know because he doesn't exist. But if he does, he's not all powerful and knowledgeable like you think he is.
Right.
Nanny boo boos together and doo-doo.
Again, the whole idea though of him lying though is kind of the basis for our whole series of contradictions, right?
Okay.
To some extent.
Okay.
Like the contradictions in the Bible are essentially God lies, right?
Okay.
That's where I come up with my version of what that is.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
Well, but it's the word of God.
Okay, but that's not my understanding of what we were doing when we started the contradictions. It was just places in the Bible where somebody wrote it one way in one book and then somebody else wrote it a different way. And so it contradicts itself. I don't consider that God lying. I consider that as humankind got the story wrong.
I agree with you. I do. I agree with you 100%, except for there are a multitude of people, and I mean a lot of people
that what
say
a multitude means.
I know. I'm just making sure that the Bible is
infallible.
The word of God the word of God, and therefore, if it is contradicted somewhere, that would be a lie. That would be wrong. That would be incorrect.
I'm going to push back on that, though, because a lie intends to be, or to me, a lie means that malice and trickery is involved. And I think that Christians would argue that it was not malice and malicious intent, and it was not any kind of cruel trickery, except in the case of Job.
Right.
But I take exception to saying that incorrectness is lying.
Okay. Well,
I mean, we can disagree.
Again, I take that the maliciousness, and to me, is that people try to pass off the word of the word of God is the Bible, right? And no, hold on, I'm getting to another point.
Okay.
The Bible then is somewhat insidious with regard to how people are forced to live their lives that are in these cults, that are in these sects, that, so therefore that incorrectness that's in the Bible is in itself a malicious lie, because it brings to light the idea that God is not infallible, God is probably not real, and this was really written by man.
So, okay, I guess the question would be then, Are we doing these with the understanding that God is fake? Or are we doing these with the let's play along for the sake of argument and in canon, God is real?
I think much like we always do, we kind of play both sides, right? We see it, we know, you and I know, from our perspective, and most of our listeners' perspectives, that God is fake and this was written by man.
Sure.
Right? So therefore, the fallacies that are inherent in the Bible are there because of human error and or oversight or whatever. However, that leaves the people that are listening that are trying to, that take this from a biblical God is correct perspective. We play that other side for their benefit, right?
Okay.
For the people that are not non-believers, that are listening to our podcast, maybe trying to prove us wrong, maybe trying to secure their own belief, or however you want to look at it, but they're taking the Bible as the literal word of God. And so therefore we play the bit sometimes where we're like, okay, this is the word of God.
Okay.
And so we kind of have to play both sides to get both perspectives, I think.
Sure.
And that's where I'm coming at this question, is that I didn't mean to turn this into a big,
what
thing.
are we doing here?
But
no, I guess we just never really talked about it. We just kind of did it at face value. Haha, the Bible contradicts itself.
Sure.
But this particular question has come up more than once, and
it turns out that in the Bible, God does not say it does not say anywhere there that he lies.
Right.
Technically. So that one, I think,
he causes other people to lie.
Within the context of the Bible is incorrect, right? Like there is an actual answer. God does not lie according to the Bible.
Right.
Now, again, if you take it out of that context and look at the Bible as a whole and the contradictions that are there is where the lie comes into play.
And I would still not call that a lie, because if you're going outside of canon and saying God doesn't exist, that means it's just people wrote it down wrong.
Right. But again, that's where I get into that whole argument that we just had with where we're talking about people who take the Bible literally and as the word of God. Okay. So I agree with you, but I want to make it clear as to why I'm saying what I'm saying.
Sure.
So that's all. Sorry, that was... You want to tell us why God doesn't lie real quick? Because I know I butchered that whole section there.
That was all of us saying, yes, God lies.
Yes.
Even though apparently he kind of doesn't.
Correct.
But I still think he does. But
yeah.
Not by any particular verse, I guess.
Right.
But no, God doesn't lie.
Sure. Yeah. Obviously.
And, it says in Numbers, God is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent.
Okay.
And then it says in 2 Samuel, thou art that God, and thy words be true.
Okay. All right.
So
I disagree with him not having to repent also.
Oh, that comes up later.
Fuck that shit.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay. All right.
Yep. That's another one of the questions we redo.
Yeah.
And I think that's fun. The more that we read and we redo these questions with one more bit of information, the more we can not argue, but like have a heated discussion.
We have more of an understanding of what God entails at this point. So.
Yeah. Or what the Jewish tradition believes God entails.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
All right. Number 2. Is God merciful?
No. Remember he strikes. Remember we just did the Q&A where we did the quiz, and God strikes. He says that himself.
Yep, he does. So, no, he ain't kind and merciful at all.
A dick.
Yeah. In 1 Samuel, it says, now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling.
See? Dick.
That's terrible.
He's a fucking dick.
And then twice in Ezekiel, he's like, fuck everybody. It says, and
just
mine...
twice?
At least.
Okay.
I took 2 examples. And mine eye shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity.
Okay.
And then it also says, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Smite the fuck out of all of them.
Kill
Kill.
all of them. Yeah.
Never not be killing.
Remember how he was going to have the dogs or whatever, the wolves or whatever, to come in and eat people
dead
and
bodies
things.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Remember when he was gonna have you walk through the blood of
Dance in the fucking blood, basically.
Yeah.
That was sickening. So
But guess what?
I'm
You're always wrong.
I have a trouble saying that one in that instance, because
I agree
I've been
with
here
you.
to witness this, and I'm just like, no, he's not merciful.
He is
He's
not merciful, but he declares himself merciful,
He
or
does.
man declares him merciful
They do.
in the Bible. So in Deuteronomy it says, "For the Lord thy God is a merciful God." And then it says in 2 Samuel, "Let us fall now into the hand of the Lord, for his mercies are great."
Yeah.
And then in Jeremiah it says, "I will not cause mine anger to fall upon you, for I am merciful, saith the Lord, and I will not keep anger forever."
Right.
Except for when I fucking do.
I think he's actually said that he's going to keep anger forever. Like, he said that against the Israelites.
In which
I'm going to be
case,
angry forever.
I would call that a lie,
Right,
or
that's what
repenting.
And that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying right there.
Is
That's
that a lie or repenting?
It's also a contradiction.
It is a contradiction.
Right? So that's where I'm saying that some of these contradictions kind of fall into the lie category.
All right.
That's all.
But I would call that a repent, not a lie.
I guess.
I'm just saying.
I guess.
I mean, if you say something and then you change your mind later, did you lie when you first said it?
I mean, hypothetically, when we get to the New Testament, like the whole idea of God changes his mind, so therefore everything from the past could be taken as a lie, I guess.
Right.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
In some sense.
Right.
I guess. But in the Old Testament itself, it does a lot of this back and forth.
Back and forth.
So
particularly because Ezekiel tried to change some shit.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
We'll get into some of that.
Okay.
All right. Number 3.
Yeah.
Are we punished for the sins of others? We've covered this one before.
Well, I'm going to, since we're in Ezekiel, I'm going to say no, because there was the new idea put forth that we are solely responsible for our actions.
Right. Ezekiel's like, we're not doing that.
Yeah. That was a shocking revelation in this book that I was like, wow.
Part of what makes the book so controversial amongst religious leaders who argued about whether it should even be in the Bible.
You have to wonder, like, is the entire, like, not the entire, but is a large basis of what Christianity is based off of Ezekiel, right? Based on this statement alone. Like that idea that you are solely responsible for your relationship with God, to me, is a very Christian idea and not a Jewish idea.
It is. But having said that, I have read ahead to take some notes from the next book that we're going to be covering.
Okay.
And there are specific things mentioned in the book of Daniel that I can see where
there's more ideas
Christian
like that.
Just picked it right up and ran with it.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we're going to say that, I would say, this and the book of Daniel.
Okay.
And like basically.
Well, I don't know anything about the upcoming books.
Right.
So, I mean, like literally, I know nothing about them.
It just seems like the closer we get to the end of the Old Testament, the more that the Christians yoinked them.
Sure.
You know?
Well, and it does feel like, time-wise, we have been going further in time as we progress
and
through
closer.
these. Yeah, so we're getting closer and closer to Christianity. So some of these ideas might just be permeating their society.
Yeah, they would have been floating around. That's how religion starts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So, that makes sense. All right. So, but guess what?
You're
You're always wrong.
Yeah.
I won't sing it anymore because this song is, this episode is annoying enough without me singing it.
All right.
So, I'm going to say I didn't read the examples, did I?
I don't think so. No.
You said no because of Ezekiel.
Right.
We are not punished for the sins of others. Sorry, I had to find my place.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
All right. So in Deuteronomy, it says, the father shall not be put to death for the children, neither shall the children be put to death for the fathers. Every man shall be put to death for his own sin.
That was in Deuteronomy?
That was in Deuteronomy.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
But it also said other stuff in Deuteronomy.
Right. That's why. Yeah. And I think that's been in our contradictions before, too. So.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
In Jeremiah, it says, in those days they shall say no more. The fathers have eaten a sour grape, and the children's teeth are set on edge. But everyone shall die for his own iniquity.
Okay.
All
right.
And now, of course, as you pointed out in Ezekiel, it says, the son shall not bear the iniquity of the father, neither shall the father bear the iniquity of the son. The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him.
So I guess I should say, I guess it wasn't quite as unique of an idea overall as I thought, but I guess the way it was stated in Ezekiel felt more succinct and
he made it solid, not wishy-washy.
Right, yeah. Because I feel like it was contradicted almost immediately in those other books.
Yeah, definitely. If not specifically in Deuteronomy, somewhere in the Pentafucking-Tuke.
Right, yeah. No, this was a whole philosophy from one of the prophets. So, like, that's why I was like, this is interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so, but guess what? You're wrong.
Right, yeah.
Because, you're totally punished for the sins of others. In both Exodus and Deuteronomy, it says specifically, I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation.
Yeah.
Because fuck those kids is why.
Right.
Yeah. Also, it says in Jeremiah, wherefore hath the Lord pronounced all this great evil against us? Or what is our iniquity? Or what is our sin that we have committed against the Lord our God? Then shalt thou say unto them, because your fathers have forsaken me, saith the Lord, and have walked after other gods, and have served them, and have worshipped them, and have forsaken me, and have not kept my law.
Which is funny because Jeremiah was actually only about 20 years prior to Ezekiel and just happened to be in Jerusalem as opposed to Babylon.
Yeah.
So we're talking about 20 years in which, according to these prophets, God changed his mind.
Here's another thing that I didn't realize until I was, again, studying Daniel and it was permeating.
Yeah.
The group that got taken up to Babylon, they were all the smarties and the court people and the scribes and all that.
Yeah.
But yet Jeremiah was left behind, kind of.
Right.
So it's like, was he not as smart as, we think he is?
Well, I don't think that was what it was. I think we had talked about it at the time, and he was a double agent.
He was a
type
double
thing,
agent.
yeah.
That's right.
So he was working against the remainder of Jerusalem to make sure that everything was falling in line.
He was the Trump leading the masses, the stupid masses.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. Last one. 1 Kings. Seest thou how Ahab humbleth himself before me? Because he humbleth himself before me, I will not bring the evil in his days, but in his son's days will I bring the evil upon his house. I'm not going to kill him because he's nice. Instead, I'm going to kill his son.
Right. Yeah, that's some real bullshit.
That's some real bullshit. Yeah. Fuck that guy. God's a dick.
Yep.
All right. Number 4. How should the Edomites be treated? Kindly or kill them?
I mean,
kill them with kindness?
I think that you should treat them kindly.
I agree.
Because why would you treat them like ass?
I agree. I could treat them like ass. I can only find one place where it says be kind to them.
Yeah.
And that was in Deuteronomy.
Okay.
It says, thou shalt not abhor an Edomite, for he is thy brother.
Right. Which they were
true.
at the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and that would mean that they still are even later, just you know, further removed.
Now, I believe that there are some places coming up, maybe in the New Testament, where it will say, be nice to the fucking Edomites. But
really,
I saw somewhere, it's somewhere where we haven't been yet.
Okay. All right.
And so I couldn't quote that one.
Got it.
Yeah. So we will be coming back to this question.
Interesting.
Yeah. But guess what?
I'm wrong.
You're wrong, because of course you should kill them. It says in 2 Kings, and Amaziah did that which was right in the sight of the Lord. He slew of Edom in the valley of Salt 10,000. Yeah, because killing.
Right.
We love that killing. And then, of course, in Ezekiel, it says, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and I will cut off man and beast from it.
Yeah.
Yep. Get them.
Right.
Never not be killing.
Right.
Killing like a villain. All right. Number 5. Does God repent?
No. No, that fucker doesn't give two shits.
He does change his mind. I wouldn't call that repenting, even though the word repent is what's used in various translations.
Generally, though, he changes his mind because he is worried about what people will think of him.
Yeah.
It's not about
he
repenting.
doesn't feel sorry.
Yeah.
He's not like, oh, I did wrong that time.
Right.
He's not sorry for his crimes.
No, he feels embarrassed or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is hilarious to me.
He gets shamed into changing his mind about, he's mercurial.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he will change his mind with the blow of the wind.
Right.
All right. So you're going to say no. God does not repent.
Correct.
Okay. So you're right. In Numbers, it says, God is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of a man that he should repent.
Okay.
Which we read that earlier in the Does God Lie?
Right.
Okay. And then in 1 Samuel, it says, the strength of Israel will not lie nor repent, for he is not a man that he should repent.
Okay. Yeah.
And in Ezekiel, it says, I, the Lord, have spoken. It shall come to pass, and I will do it. I will not go back. Neither will I spare, neither will I repent.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to say, instead of you're wrong, I'm going to say the Bible is wrong. Because
wait. Does this mean that I'm right?
Yes, but just this one time.
Oh, damn.
Just this
Everybody
once.
Mark this down.
Just this once.
Mark it down.
Okay.
I'm right.
Because, yes, the Lord does repent according to the word that's used in the translations as they are given. I'm not sure if, like, per our conversation we just had, if that counts as repenting.
Okay. All right.
In Genesis, it says, and it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart.
Okay.
He's like, I wish I never made those fuckers.
Yeah.
Is that repenting or is that bitter?
I have a hard time believing that, first of all, because he could have, especially even back then, he could have just wiped them out.
Yeah. He could have been like, these guys.
He basically did multiple times.
Right.
So if he really repented of that, he could have rectified that.
Yeah, he could have fixed it or just blown them out of existence.
Yeah.
So then in Jeremiah, like way later, if that nation against whom I have pronounced turn from their evil, I will repent of the evil that I thought to do unto them. But that is easy for him to say, knowing that they won't do it because this was written after the fact.
Right. And it's also a thought experiment. He's saying that if they do this, I will repent of my thought of doing bad things to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You haven't actually repented. You just said that you might.
Yeah.
Which, if you're God, you already know they're not going to. So therefore, how could you even say that statement and mean it?
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's just dumb.
So, again, the Bible says that's repenting. I'm going to say that's the wrong use of that word.
I agree.
Okay?
I agree.
Last one. In 1 Samuel, it says, it repenteth me, God, that I have set up Saul to be king. For he is turned back from following me and hath not performed my commandments, which was committing complete genocide on the Amalekites. And the Lord repented that he had made Saul king over Israel.
It doesn't sound so much like he's saying repent as regret.
Yeah.
I'm like, repenting to me means that you are fully admitting you were wrong and
you're taking responsibility
for it.
For your mistake, and you feel bad. And moreover, you're taking actions to rectify.
Right.
That's what repent means, according to the whole Jesus-y thing, I believe.
Sure.
Like, you have to do more than just say, I'm sorry.
But this just sounds like regret.
This is salty. That's all. You salty. You fucked up and you salty over it.
Each instance that you mentioned sounded like regret.
Yeah.
And they were things that if he was actually God, he could have easily fixed.
Right.
So why didn't he if he actually felt this way?
Right, exactly. I think that they just mistranslated a word repeatedly.
Yeah.
And it should not say repent.
Right. Or it was used differently back then. I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
Who knows?
Whatever.
Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah. Number 6.
Yeah.
Is it okay to marry your wife's sister while your wife is still alive?
Really? This is a question.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes or no are your choices.
I'm going to go with no.
I mean, I don't think it's ever okay to marry your wife's sister.
That's not appropriate.
Yeah. Like, if I die, don't marry my sister.
But this says, well, they're still alive. Right?
Whether I'm alive or dead.
Yeah. No. I got you. But definitely not while you're alive. If you're
going to do it, wait till I'm dead, but don't do it.
Right.
Even if I am dead.
I'm just saying, like, this is like extra bad.
Yeah.
This is extra worse.
It's like degrees of how fucked up are you, sir?
Yeah. Right.
All right. So no, right? You should not.
No, definitely not.
Okay. You're right, because in Leviticus it says, neither shalt thou take a wife to her sister to vex her, to uncover her nakedness beside the other in her lifetime.
Okay.
Don't fucking do it.
Right.
Don't fuck her sister.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
But guess what?
I'm wrong.
We're
apparently.
always wrong.
Yeah.
Both of us on this one. Because, it's totally okay to marry your wife's sister while your wife is still alive.
This is
totally
from Ezekiel? Or where's this at?
Genesis and Ezekiel. Let me
Oh,
read Genesis
okay.
first.
Okay.
Jacob said unto Laban, give me my wife, for my days are fulfilled, that I may go in unto her. And Laban took Leah his daughter and brought her to him, and he went in unto her, and he gave him Rachel his daughter to wife also. Because remember, that was that story where Jacob worked for like 1,000 years or whatever,
right?
To marry the one that he wanted to marry, which was Rachel. Yeah. But the dad like tricked him and gave him Rachel's sister Leah. Leah. Yeah. And so then he had to marry Leah.
And the way that story was pitched to us, it doesn't sound as bad because like he was supposed to marry Rachel, right?
Yeah.
And then this dad was like, no, you're going to take this girl and then you're going to marry her. And he's like, fuck, dude, I wanted to marry Rachel.
And he's
like, it seemed like a natural, like, I don't know. He was meant to be with Rachel, right? So we accepted the story in that context. But like when you say it in the context of he married his wife's sister, that's pretty fucked up. Yeah. So it's a fucked up scenario. I think anytime you have arranged marriages, it's going to be fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. And the problem goes even further because then when he and Rachel can't have children, he fucks the hell out of Leah and both Leah and Rachel's handmaids.
Right. And God endorses all this.
And God endorses all this. And then God impregnates Rachel.
Right.
After he's fucked everybody and had 1,000 babies with all of them, then God's like, just kidding. Here, Rachel, you can have a baby now.
Right. Well, he didn't impregnate her. It was...
No, you're right, but...
He allowed her to be impregnated.
He flipped the switch in her fucking uterus or something. Yeah. It just, it bothers me. It bothers me that... you could have done that the whole fucking time, asshole. And then it also bothers me because Jacob has to have children so bad that he has to fuck the wife he didn't want and both of their maids.
Yeah.
Like, that's so gross.
No, I agree. The entire story is very questionable with regard to morality and ethics and everything else. And the fact that God endorses much of that is very weird and questionable as well.
And this right here is some of the stuff that the right wants to bring back.
Right. Yeah.
Per Project 2025.
Yeah.
It is. They want to take away women's right to vote.
Sure.
Like that has been stated now by several Republican doofuses.
Right.
They want to take away women's right to vote, and they want to make women be property of men. And that just leads right into men being able to have more than one wife.
Right.
And, while they're at it, go ahead and fuck their daughters, too. That's fun. Yeah. Just fuck everything. All you need is a hole. That you are a smart guy who is big-dicked and wonderful, and yet all you need is a fucking hole. That's all you want in your life. You just want to put your dick in a hole. Any hole. Okay,
yeah.
I'm going off I'm just going off because that is just gross. It's gross.
No,
men are gross.
Agreed.
Okay, sorry. Moving on. So that was the yes. It's perfectly fine.
Sure.
No, wait.
No, it's not perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's not perfectly fine, but God said it was.
Yeah, right.
In more than one place, including Ezekiel.
Right.
So, okay. Number 7.
Okay.
Can God be seen?
I mean,
he says
Ezekiel
no,
saw his glory, but it was in a dream. So I'm going to go with no, actually, this time because
lots of people saw him.
What? Where? When?
Moses saw him face to face.
Yeah. No, I know.
And Ezekiel saw his groin.
But that was again in his dream. His. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So you're going with no.
This time I'm going to go with no.
All right. I think you've gone with yes in the past.
I've gone with yes in the past, yeah.
All right. So in Exodus, it says, there shall no man see me and live.
Right.
So if you see me, you'll die, fuckers.
Sure.
So there's that. But then in Genesis, it says, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. So that's when Jacob gets his new name.
Right.
For as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and hast prevailed. And Jacob called the name of the place Peniel, for I have seen God face to face, and my life is preserved.
Okay.
So
all right.
I'm just saying, Jacob saw his face.
I mean, that's what we hear. Yeah.
And then in Exodus, it says, and the Lord spake to Moses face to face, as a man speaketh to his friend.
Got it.
So then there's two dudes. Now,
Yeah.
granted, both of those are in the Pentateuch, which is all stories and not like actual history.
Right.
So,
right. Well, and
I
back
don't know.
and moreover, when we were talking about Jacob and everything, and we were talking about tribes. We weren't even talking about people
Actual
specifically.
people. Yeah.
So
It's prehistory.
yeah.
So-
yeah. It's interesting how they interject these things into that.
Right.
You know, the way that they told these stories and how this God appears to these tribes or whatever the fuck the case is.
Yeah.
But it's interesting how that all works out. So
Yeah.
I don't really know what to say about it other than it's all really weird.
It is all really weird.
Yeah.
And then in Ezekiel, it says, this was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord. And when I saw it, I fell upon my face.
yeah.
So, yeah, you're right. All right. So I guess nobody did see God. But,
Right.
I mean, as long as we're not allowing for the dudes in the Pentateuch
Sure.
for being prehistory.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
So nobody's wrong. Everybody's right. And nobody saw God. And we
Okay.
all get to live.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
I know this one's a doozy.
Yeah.
All right, number 8.
I haven't heard you say I'm always wrong for like 2 sections now.
I know. We'll get to it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'll do it on this one.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay? Oh, you're not going to get this one right.
No?
Mm-mm.
Well, I mean, I'm supposed to always be wrong, so.
Yeah. What is the correct recipe for the new moon sacrifice?
The new moon sacrifice?
Yeah. There's one given in Numbers and there's one given in Ezekiel.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
And they're different. And I'll read the difference between the two.
Okay.
So just pick which one you think is righter,
Got it.
Numbers or Ezekiel.
All right. All right.
Which one?
I'm going to go with Ezekiel.
Really? I would have gone with Numbers because that's the more like, that's where it started. That's where you got it from, and you just copy down the recipe wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, Ezekiel saw, wheels and eyeballs
That's
and wings.
a point against your
eagle
case.
heads and, all kinds of shit.
That's a
so.
point against your case, not for it.
I know, but he just seems like maybe he had the good shit, so he'd be cooler to hang out with.
That is true. All right. So in Numbers, the recipe was 2 bullocks, 1 ram, 7 lambs, and a goat.
Okay.
But in Ezekiel, instead of 2 bullocks, it was just 1.
Ah.
Both call for 1 ram. Numbers calls for 7 lambs, but in Ezekiel, you only need 6. And Ezekiel does not call for a goat, whereas there is a goat in Numbers.
Interesting.
The scapegoat.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So,
That's very interesting.
so if you go with Ezekiel's recipe,
Yeah.
then the interesting thing is that the priesties don't get any of the goat meat.
Okay.
So are you sure that's what you want to do? And they also get 1 less lamb. So they get less
don't
meat.
Really give a shit.
They also get 1 less bullock.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like maybe they had less meat. And that's why
That could
he's
be.
like
Could be.
cutting down. He's like,
Maybe God went on a diet.
God went on a diet.
I mean, I'm just saying.
There
right?
it is. I mean, there has to be a reason why he cut down the recipe, and he's one of the Zadokites that would be receiving this food, right?
Maybe these recipes weren't really that well known, and it was just tradition that carried these through.
Okay.
And at some point they changed. You know what I mean? Like maybe he's just used to doing this, so he's just writing down what he knows the
okay.
tradition to be.
Okay.
And so, therefore that's what it is.
All right. But you guessed the wrong one regardless, because I would have chosen the older one. So you're always wrong.
It's about what you would choose.
It's my
not
game.
About okay.
It's my game.
All right, I see.
Yep. I'm the one that prepares this. It's my game. Therefore, I sing to you that you are wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Number 9. Is it always wrong to steal?
No.
No. Explain to me why.
Because sometimes you might be starving to death and you need something to eat for your family, and if you're not doing any harm to someone, then what is it's not to me, that's a victimless crime.
Yeah.
And if you're doing it for the right reasons, there are times when it could make sense.
Morally okay, even
Right.
if it's against the law.
Yes.
Sure. I agree with that.
Right.
You're not wrong on that.
Right.
Okay. Take time with a wounded hand because it likes to steal.
Right.
And
yeah.
it likes to heal
Sure.
in another verse. Okay. So you're right. No, it is not always wrong to steal. In Genesis, Rachel had stolen the images that were her father's. Remember? Mm-hmm. And then,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
So-
it was good to take, right.
Okay.
The idols, right? They're
the
basically
idols,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And then in Exodus it says, and the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they borrowed of the Egyptians, and they spoiled the Egyptians. So they stole all their shit when they left, remember?
okay.
On their way out the door, they're like, and I'll take that. Bye.
Right.
Yeah. And then in Ezekiel, it says, Israel shall go forth and spoil those that spoiled them, and rob those that robbed them, saith the Lord God. So retribution.
So literally telling them to go steal.
Yes. Yes.
That's funny.
He's like, and go be just as vindictive to those guys as I would be.
Right.
Yeah. Never
Especially
not be
considering that that's one of the commandments, like
exactly.
of the 10 commandments, only of which like 4 of them are relevant that are not based on what you're supposed to do with regard to acting around God. 4 of them are actual like laws,
Yeah.
and that's one of them, and he's like telling them to break that law.
But he uses the word spoil instead of steal. And
Yeah.
so that's how he gets around it. And that's how Christians would apologize for it.
I guess.
It doesn't count if you hate them and you're like killing the whole city for being bad guys.
Right.
Then it's just spoiling, and that's not the same.
Okay.
I'm
All
like,
right.
you go ahead and think that.
Right.
Okay, but guess what?
I'm wrong.
You're always wrong.
Yep.
It's always wrong to steal. Always.
Yeah.
In Exodus, it says, thou shalt not steal.
Obviously.
In Leviticus, it says, ye shall not steal.
Right.
And then Deuteronomy, it says, neither shalt thou steal.
Okay.
So according to the Pentateuch, it's very
not
bad.
okay. Yeah.
Don't do
Right,
it,
right.
ever.
Unless God tells you to, then it's okay.
But not even to feed your child.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't do it.
Right.
All right. What number are we on? I didn't write that down.
That
Number
was
10.
9. Yeah.
This is number 10.
Right.
All right. Is death final?
Yes.
It is.
From my perspective.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Yes. So in Joshua, it says, this day I, Joshua, am going the way of all the earth, which means dead, done. Okay. So Joshua agrees with you.
Sure.
Job, which is more writing than actual like character, like it's a story,
Right.
not history, even though it's written with the prophets
Yeah.
in the Christian Bible. Says, as the cloud is consumed and vanishes away, so he that goeth down to the grave shall come up no more.
Okay.
So
All right.
he's like, when you're done, you're done.
Right.
And then in Isaiah, it says, they are dead. They shall not live. They are deceased. They shall not rise.
Yeah, while I hear these words that you're telling me that are from the Bible, I tend to think that even as they were stating these statements, that they only applied to those they didn't see as righteous. To some extent.
No, because Joshua was talking about himself. I am
that's
going the
true.
way of all the earth.
No, you're right. But I still feel like there was some sense that there was some sort of an afterlife with most of these people. And maybe I'm wrong. But they seem to allude to it quite a bit
I
in
think
the Bible.
that the only type of afterlife that they thought might exist would be the punishing one, not the and you get the prize and go to heaven one.
Okay. All right.
So your questions were, or your choices were, rest peacefully forevermore,
Right.
and be dead and
Sure.
done, or be punished for eternity.
Okay. All right.
Like, that's my understanding.
Got it.
And then Christians were like, just kidding, there's a third choice.
Right.
And then Catholics were like, and there's waiting rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know about all that.
Sure.
But anyway, you're always wrong.
Of course.
Because no, death is not final.
Okay.
There's all kinds of afterlife. Okay. In Isaiah, it says, thy dead men shall live, together with my dead body shall they arise. awake and sing. Who do not let dead bodies sing?
There's a lot of dead people that come back to life in the Bible.
Yeah.
It's,
Ye that dwell in dust, for thy dew is as the dew of herbs, and the earth shall cast out the dead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then in Ezekiel, it
I remember
says,
this one.
yeah,
I think I
because we
remember
were
this
like
one.
zombies.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
fuck this.
It's a
I'm
pretty
out.
strong zombie scene.
Yeah. This was in the Valley of the Dry Bones.
Right. That was good stuff. Good
That
stuff.
gave me nightmares.
That's good stuff.
Thus saith the Lord God, behold, O my people, I will open your fucking graves and cause you to come up out of your fucking graves and bring you into the land of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not, sir.
Now, again, that one specifically, I remember because we just read it, was more of a the idea of bringing them back from captivity, and it was they were just using the imagery to portray that idea, which but it still reads like zombie apocalypse. So
yeah,
not
okay with that. Not okay with that. And for a final question, it's less a question and more an observation.
Okay.
The 12 tribes of Israel, could you possibly name them?
Ooh, no, but I'm going to give it a shot here.
Okay.
So
hold on. I'm going to mark them as you go so that I can tell you which ones that you missed.
Sure.
Okay.
Obviously, my favorite is Dan.
Dan the man.
Dan, yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. We got Judah.
Okay.
We got Benjamin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's all right.
Trying to keep up. Okay.
We got Manasseh.
Okay.
We got Gad. And that's one of them, right?
Gad. Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta find him. Yes.
Esau is one of them, I think.
No.
No, that's not one of them. Oh
No.
shit! I don't know why I was thinking that's somebody that was in the Bible though.
Yes. There is one that's close to that name. Esau was Jacob's brother.
Yeah, he was the one that wrestled God in the desert or something like that.
Something like that.
Let's see here. Man, I'm
think about who are the priests.
The priests. The priests?
Who are
the Levites?
Yes.
Okay, but they don't
Levi?
Levi.
Mm-hmm.
That was a tribe?
Yes.
Oh, wait a second. Okay. Mm-hmm. So there was a tribe of Levi when that's okay. All right.
We'll
sorry.
talk about this in a minute.
Okay, yeah.
Think about the sandwich.
Reuben. Reuben, yeah.
I'm just giving you clues at this point.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
But the fact that you know who I'm talking about, I'm not trying to trick you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I think I'm kind of at my wit's end with regard to the rest of them because I don't remember.
But you know some of these that are left.
I know them. I just can't name them.
Think about the guy that was
Issachar.
Oh,
I knew that one.
Yeah, I would not have assumed that.
Right,
okay.
But it just came to me. It was inspiration.
So think about the guy. Remember, Jacob had like all these sons, right? All these are his sons.
Yeah.
Right. And one of his sons, all the other brothers were jealous of because
was it Jacob?
No, Jacob's the father.
Oh yeah. Right.
It does start with a J.
Yeah, no, I know. Let's see. And he had a coat, right? The Technicolor coat.
Yes, the dream coat.
Yeah.
And he went to Egypt and became Pharaoh's dude.
Right. Yeah.
What's his name?
I don't remember.
Think of one of my exes.
Oh my God.
Come on, you got this.
Oh my gosh. I don't. Joseph. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. I was trying really hard.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it.
Okay. So Joseph had two sons, one of which was Manasseh.
Yeah.
Who was the other one?
I don't remember.
Ephraim.
Yeah.
That's the one that you were thinking of when you said Esau.
Right.
Let's see if there's any other that I think you might know.
Probably not because
no, you would not.
Very
these
random.
You wouldn't guess these.
Right.
Simon is one.
Okay.
You wouldn't have guessed that.
No, I wouldn't.
Asher.
Right. Oh, I should have got that one because I equated that one to Brimful of Asher, which is a song by Corner Shop. So, yeah.
Zebulon,
that was the name you liked. Yeah. Okay.
And Naphtali.
All right.
So you would not have guessed those four.
No, I probably would not have.
Now, how many did we name?
13.
Actually, 14.
14? Yeah. Really? Okay.
So, wait.
Did we name 14?
Yeah, 14.
Okay.
Because Joseph is the actual dude that's on the list of 12.
Oh.
But if you take him out of the equation and replace him with his two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh,
Yeah.
those two, so that makes 14, or that makes 12.
Okay. All right.
And on some lists, Levi is left out because they're the priests.
Right.
So that is very interesting because remember we were talking about at the end of Ezekiel how the Levites get a gate on this new thing, even though they're not really a tribe, but they kind of are a tribe.
Right.
So
whereas Ephraim and was it Gad, the two sons of
Ephraim and Manasseh.
Manasseh, sorry.
Yeah.
They get combined into one gate for Joseph.
Exactly, to keep it an even 12.
Got it.
Yeah. Something that's really interesting is that on top of Levi being left off, and these tribes are listed in several different places. In most of the places throughout the Old Testament, what we just said, the maths.
Got it.
Okay.
Right.
So, whether you're including Levi or not, or whether you're using Joseph or his two sons, or sometimes Joseph and his two sons,
right.
The math always maths.
Sure.
Okay? It's always 12, whatever.
Right.
But in some places, Levi is not mentioned at all.
Right.
And then, let's see.
Well, it sounds to me like in Ezekiel, especially, like the Zadokites are becoming their own thing too.
Yeah.
So like we might add another one at some point if we continue down that road, right?
Yeah, I have no idea how that plays
out. If we kept talking about tribes, eventually maybe they'd be their own.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like they took over the role of the Levites.
Yeah.
Which is kind of gross. I'm like, stop.
Yeah, it was, again, politics, I think.
It's just, I'm like, the Levites have been in charge of the fucking ark forever, and they were listed in the Bible as the dudes that can carry it. Only they can touch it. Whomst the fuck do you think you are, my good sirs?
Right, but then the ark kind of disappeared, and then we got into some other shit, and then I think it was in actually Jeremiah where they were like, well, the Levites kind of fell apart, and we're going to reapportion how they, we're just going to assign people to be Levites, right?
Yeah.
And then Ezekiel specifically was like, yeah, just the Zadokites. It's the Zadokites that are the most special. So
yeah, and fuck those Levites.
there was some upheaval with regard to the Levites or whatever.
Yeah,
but it's interesting that they just kind of disappear a tribe from responsibility.
Yeah,
so that's
it is very interesting. In the book of Revelation, which we have not reached yet, obviously,
right.
Dan is missing from the list.
Oh.
Even though he's on all the other ones.
Man.
Yeah.
Dan's the man.
In Deuteronomy, Simon is missing from the list one time.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And that's it. Yeah.
Got it.
So
they can't even get their tribes right.
Yeah. So whereas that's not a contradiction, whereas that's not a you're always wrong, that is a contradiction in and of itself.
Sure. So, it's not always referred to the same way. And the fact that they constantly talk about the 12 tribes when we can't even agree on what the 12 tribes are is problematic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. All right. Was that all the...
I think that mostly everybody agrees that in place of Joseph, you use his sons and you take the Levites out, and then the rest makes that 12.
I think that's what makes the most sense to me.
That makes the most sense to me as well, but that's not what's on the temple gates.
Right.
So maybe we're wrong. But doing it that way does include all of the names by explaining how you reach that conclusion.
Sure.
They're still in the definition.
So it's the most accurate probably in that.
That's the way I feel.
Sure.
So that's the way I would refer to them if I was going to, which I'm not because I can't remember that shit.
Right. Well, do we have any other contradictions today, or was that the end of them?
That was the end of them.
All right. I mean, I'm sure there were some other ones that you didn't cover, but just basic stuff. So
yeah, there was a couple of how many of this and that, and like fuck that, I don't remember.
Right.
There was a couple of who said blah blah or who's related to doo-doo.
Right.
And I'm
right.
like, fuck you, I don't know.
Yeah.
So like if I don't have a good shot of answering it, or I think it's a stupid trivial contradiction, I ain't gonna say it.
Got it. All right. Well, that is our Contradictions episode for Ezekiel, which means that we are fucking done.
Bye.
That is it. No
See,
more Ezekiel.
Easy Kyle be done.
All right. That being said, I'm going to get the weekly wrap up out here shortly, and we will be back on Monday with
Daniel, chapter 1.
All right. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.